We are the champions, my friends, because we're the Niners! I've always been proud of that, but especially so now. This is ridiculous. We've been making jokes about being 13-3, 14-2 and such, and we should have been 15-1, honestly. But, those Seahawks, they're still an issue, aren't they? We could be seeing them in 1, 2, 3 weeks. You know what? I like our chances on this third contest, should it be, because I'm going to confess it, the Eagles got a bunch of guys off there. I don't even know how they got to where they are. They got a bunch of guys off the practice squad. I mean that doesn't mean anything because we got guys off the practice squad too. Well, actually, we only got a couple of guys off the practice squad. Yeah, Givens is solid though, and I want to see him play more. But I think by the third time we play this team, as long as we got all our guys on the field, I don't think that team is in the 49ers class. Hawks fans, you need to admit to that fact. You know the only way you got away yesterday was because of a screw-up with the referees, calling that downfield play that you know damn well was not legit. And then again, but you know what? You know what I really enjoyed? They gave it right back by that fiasco that was going on the Seattle Seahawks sideline for that last play. Hey, here's the thing. You know what? Pete Carroll, if there was any thought in the owner's mind about letting Pete Carroll go, that little incident on the sideline was Harbaugh-esque, all right? Because Jim used to have a thing about doing those kind of things. So which Harbaugh do we have? No, Jim or John? Anyway, we were getting called for delay of game because they didn't throw enough plays in, and they were calling timeout, and they were good. I mean, we were doing screw-ups like that constantly, right? And all of a sudden, it was deja vu. I'm watching the Hawks do it. I'm thinking, good, them, so, and you blew it. Because Lynch could have, and you know what? Russell Wilson had any number of options. You could have gave it to Lynch. He probably would have bounced it in. Or he could have done the old Matt Stafford trick, right? Where they're going to spike the ball to stop the clock for whatever known reason. I mean, he probably would have been on it, and then he runs around the left to the right. 49ers wouldn't have expected that. So, there are any number of options you have besides the one you took to lose 5 yards on delay of game, but they're still standing in the huddle. The clock's ticking out, and they're standing in the huddle. Where's my flags? 5 yards, Seahawks for being incompetent, because you're not supposed to be there anyway. You're supposed to be a 9-7 team at best. That we had to go and play you for anything important was ridiculous. I wanted Mullins to start, and I play a bunch of people I'm not really concerned with. Well, we don't have those kind of guys, but a lot of guys just maybe need practice. Game should have never happened. Anyway, it's over. And the right team won. All right? And the right team is going forward. And you'll go to Philadelphia. Probably chances are you'll probably win. But if you don't show your face on this chat again. Oh, it will be really, really bad. It's going to be really bad as it is. And you're probably already experiencing that. So I don't want to hear about that PI anymore either. If we count how many times the 49ers defensive line was being choked out as they were running toward Russell Wilson and no flag was thrown, and also that bogus call that I'll never get over for the rest of my life. Offensive lineman downfield hustle play knocks a guy down. He didn't even fall down. They threw a flag. Play is over. It's a noisy joint. The guy's got his back turned to the play. He has no idea what's going on behind him. And that SOB threw a flag. 15 yards. The 49ers can't quite convert from that far back. Give the ball back to the Hawks. You lousy, lucky sons of you-know-whats. So anyway, it worked out well. You didn't get that. You didn't deserve it, and you got what you deserved. I feel so much better having gotten that off my chest. Anyway, looking at the injury report. Oh, also, you probably already know by now, it was some kind of a internet joke. Nick Bosa's fine. There's no wrist injury going on with him, so it was pure folly. And also, J-Dub's slightly rolled ankle didn't stop him from coming back into the game. He'll have plenty of time and treatment to get that back and ready to roll in a couple of weeks. Don't you love the way that sounds? In a couple of weeks, we get to sit back and watch everybody else battle it out. And after all the bloodshed and the dust settles and the smoke goes away, we come in and clean it up. and granted, you know what? The 49ers are going to be really strong when they come back on. And defensively is where it has really mattered, right? Because the offense is already clicking on. They're only going to get better between now and the next 2-3 weeks anyway. So you got, and D Ford, who knew? The 49ers defensive front is a cohesive unit that melts into one. So if you got a part missing, it unbalances things. You know, I need D Ford to get his bad leg self back over on the other side. Nick's going to take care of his end, no doubt about that. And you got Armstead playing out of his mind. You got DeForest Buckner, I figure, and he's the only guy who got the Bosa next yesterday. You figure the games going forward, the 49ers know it's all or nothing now, just like they did yesterday, and they almost pulled that off cleanly, if not for the ref getting involved. So, you know, because they had him under control. They had the game under control the whole way. So, you know, it took something like what happened for him to even get involved. I know you guys had that PI. Shut up. Anyway, I say, 49ers versus Seahawks. Games are never going to end without Niner fans being pissed off anyway. That's just the way it is. That's the way it's always going to be, but most likely. Even as they start to decline into mediocrity, they're probably going to still be a thorn in our side for the next 3 or 4 years. And I figure the 49 window is solidly open for the next 3 or 4 years, easily, right? Depending upon how we can keep everybody signed up and in a 49er uniform is pretty much what all this predicates from. But now even in winning, right? Playing in Seattle continues to be a high-stress situation. And it always, as I say, it always will be. But tonight, let us remove that misery from our minds and just look at a few things. And, you know, I'm not going to go down through it. I don't want to influence your thinking, right? The pass offense. Give me some on the pass offense. Because Jimmy Garoppolo was a perfect 9 for 9, set the stage for one of the greatest games. 18 of 22, 285 yards. He needed 307. Yeah, I think he needed 307 just to get into the 4,000 club. So he falls short by just a few yards. 2 touchdowns and no turnovers. Of course, George Kittle proved Mr. Reliable. He was, and when you look at, I do love, you know, I look at, this is another attribute to Kyle Shanahan, John Lynch, and these guys. As I said in 2017, you got Kyle Shanahan. He came into organizations and he worked with what they had and did a good job with it, of course. Then he comes into San Francisco and he does his own thing. He builds a team. You go out and get a guy like Juszczyk. You know, Marquise Goodwin should have worked out for better, but he had his mind in the right place. He needed a guy to bust the top off of most defenses, and it's unfortunately he sort of fizzled out. But it was the right idea. You know, I don't know if they knew what George Kittle was going to be. They seemed to, though. Because they were looking at C.J. Beathard, and they looked at the big kid out there running around. Hey, who is that? Yeah, the tight end, that's George Kittle. Make note of that. Well, if he hangs around for more than the second or third round, we're going to have to revisit that thought. And sure enough, they were right. These guys have an eye for talent. The 5th-round pick, the hero from yesterday, Trey. As his social media name, Big Play Dre 1. That was huge yesterday. And did you see the way he hit him? Dre didn't hit him low. Most guys make the mistake around the goal line of hitting a guy low. So he falls into the end zone. Just like Julio fell in the end zone on us and beat us with the Atlanta. Hit him high. It takes a lot of strength. You hit that sucker high and bend his butt forward, keeping that ball away from the end zone. It's just like those clowns. I'm starting to like Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless. See, the things they talked about were absolutely right. You hit that dude high, and he's gone down. And as they were joking about Hollister laying on the ground, the ball's in his right hand. He's laying his left hand across the line, talking about touchdown. Hollister, get your stupid butt up. That's not a touchdown. I was so relieved. Anyway, these are the kind of players, I don't know how they find them. We've only had a couple here and there. They're probably, we got a couple. And pretty much that's going to be the subject of tonight's. I know you're going after it. It is Let Me Holler at You Monday Night Raw. All right. But the The pass off was absolutely at A all the way on that one. When you look at what happened with everybody that took place or participated in that, Debo was awesome. George Kittle was George Kittle. I believe that didn't E-Man made a couple of nice catches, as I remember. But everything was right on the passing offense. Jimmy G was just stellar. I mean, he's getting to that point where you knew in 2017 you had something special. 2018 he's in a learning process. Everybody decided, he's not what we thought he was. Well, yeah, he was. He was just learning he was just learning the offensive system. It took a minute. He got hurt. He comes back this year. Guys like Mike Voyle, well, the 49ers could move on from that contract. Give this guy a chance. It's like Joe Staley. People threw him in the garbage, and Joe Staley healed up. And Jadeveon Clowney was an irrelevant non-factor in this game yesterday. Why? Because Staley said, my leg ain't hurting now. My finger's not broken. I'm the all-pro here. Jadeveon Clowney, you've never been more than an underachiever at most. You had 10 sacks in your first season. You haven't done anything like that since. I'm taking you down. And he did. And I was delighted. Run offense, another great game. The blocking was just fabulous. Debo Samuel at the end of the round, fantastic. Haim was Haim. And I'm a little concerned with Matty B. What are they doing with him? Fortunately, Kyle stopped forcing it down. TC's, TC is, somebody needs to talk to Kyle. Kyle, what'd you bring him over here for? You're using him in a way that makes no sense. That's not what his best thing is. He's good short yardage and quick, but you're using him in a way he's not going to succeed. You're supposed to be the guy who knows how to put guys in position to always succeed. Let him get him in a position where he can succeed. So, we'll see where that goes. Kyle knows what he's doing. I know. I'm not questioning him too far. Because quite frankly, he should be coach of the year. And when you look at the record from last year to this year, I know about Harbaugh over in Baltimore and maybe the guy over in Buffalo. And by the way, the Bills Mafia, why are they getting more love than the 49ers? Okay, anyway, I still think that what Shanahan has done, and here's a guy that can dial up a play for any situation. This team is battle-tested and hardened due to what Kyle Shanahan's put them through and prepared them for. And I'm telling you right now, I feel sorry for anybody who's got to play the 49ers. And I don't care if it is the Saints. When they do get to see Levi's, they got a surprise coming to think they're going to walk over. I know they got Jared Cook. We didn't have him last time, and he is a problem. But if we get – wait a minute. Kyle has already said if we get through the first round of the playoffs, enter Quan Alexander, who'll be feeling legendary. I think he is an anecdote for guys like Jared Cook. Because, see, that guy killed us last time. If Spoon doesn't knock him out, maybe that game, because we couldn't stop him. But again, Spoon couldn't stop him. That doesn't mean everybody can't stop him, right? So we're going to see what happens with that. But Quan comes back. Now I've got Greenlaw, Alexander, Warner. That's an awesome setup right there. I got Kwaski T back. And now that defensive front with D Ford is whole. Jimmy G and company should be ironclad tough by then. And they were tough yesterday. So if you're thinking Super Bowl, you're already on the right track. Hey, all right. And you want to look at the pass defense, which suffered, and I'm sure that's where all the venom's going to fly today. Greenlaw did an outstanding job. 13 tackles, 11 of them were solo. Fred Warner, of course. So Fred Warner actually was doing other things, I guess. He was calling and setting up the defense the best he could. So, and Akello sat down for Emmanuel Sanders finally toward the end of the game as Kyle Shanahan finally figured out that Russell Wilson was tasting that blood in the water, and he was going ahead and he was coming at Akello on every chance they could. Even they were lining up Tyler Lockett over where they could work on Akello because it wasn't working on Kwan. So those are the decisions that are going to have to be made. Are they going to trust Akello Witherspoon going into this final stretch of the playoffs? And they got to play 2 games. Do you trust Akello? I don't know if Kyle Shanahan's worried about the locker room. Maybe the locker room is probably in support of Akello maybe backing up Emmanuel Mosley. He earned the job, didn't he? Did he? You make that call. All right? Run defense. Lynch had no party on this day, did he? As he was supposed to come in and do. Give that run defense a B. Homer did a couple of good runs. He got 29 yards between five or six runs, and he had no more than 5 yards after that per run. But the run defense, I think, is going to. They've pretty much got this down to where nobody's going to go nuts anymore on the run. So we'll see. I'll be glad to have to deal with Alvin Kamara. I don't know about the. Well, we'll see. They've got to win first because you figure Kirk Cousins. Are they going to win this weekend? They got to deal with the Saints. Can they run this? Can they do what they did last time? So it's either Kamara or Cook. Which one do you want? Yeah, it's a coin toss. Both of them are terrible. So we'll see what happens with that. Special teams. Robbie Gould was money. I still wish Mostert did a great job. For those special team tackles. Mostert's such a valuable guy on this team. It was a quiet night. Nothing really bad happened. I still wish that I could get, he called Richie James. That last shot where the ball come off the bounce here. Richie, go ahead. You already called fair catch. Make the catch. Why are you taking it off the dribble? Make the catch. You gain some yards. It doesn't take a bounce, and there's no flag probably. Anyway, it is what it is. Slavin Robert, thank you, fam. He said, it's my birthday. It's Rod. Sing for my birthday. Thanks, Rob. You know I will. And Mr. Midget 99, one seed. Let's go Niners. It doesn't feel crazy. Last year, we're crying about who we're going to get in the draft at this time of year. And now we're talking about going to the Super Bowl. The guy. You love the name, too. Happy Niners birthday. Got to drink that water before you do it, doesn't it? Happy Niners birthday to Slavin Robert. Happy Niners birthday to Slavin Robert. Happy number one seed. Niners birthday to you. Hey, Slavin, now all we got to do is go get you a Super Bowl. Yes. All right, guys, grades. Let me holler at you, whoever you want to call out, whatever you want to do. It's showtime. Russo, hey, Russo, I just got a note on you, man. Sorry. Go ahead. How are you?
Ronbo?
Hey, Russo.
What's up, bro?
Oh man, I tell you, I feel like I'm in a fantasy world. I'm worried about waking up. You know what I mean? If I'm asleep, this has got to be a dream.
Nope.
Thanks for confirming that.
This is the real deal, bro. We all know it too.
God, pitch out, Russo. What are you thinking here tonight? Give me some evaluations, Russo fashion.
Well, I mean, they ended up basically right around where we thought, all said and done. I think as the season was progressing, I think we all were kind of eyeing that 13 wins. I thought it was very doable with the schedule. It was kind of like that Packers-Baltimore Saints stretch. Once we got by that, it was pretty much cake. I mean, the Atlanta game is what it is, but I'm looking at everything glass half full, and I understand that defense kind of fell apart the end of the season, but for me, there's no coincidence that as soon as D Ford got hurt, the sack totals dropped, and then it just trickled down effect. What's up, Jersey Joe? But yeah. So for me, like, I'm just looking at it like this team is still going to get better. I just see this team getting better as the playoffs progress, and it just comes down to matchups for me. The only teams that I think that have a chance is Seattle and the Saints, and I think if we can somehow play Philly and Green Bay, I think we're a lock to go to the Super Bowl. I think we would just absolutely steamroll both of those teams. So I'm just looking at how everything kind of plays out. So I'm definitely I'm feeling really good about this team. I mean, this offense is clicking. You can tell when Kyle is kind of going easy and when he's trying to not show something, because when we start getting these movements and like these like fake end arounds and all the movement, the pre-snap movement, that's when the offense is effective. When you get guys going side to side and you get them off balance, that's when you can catch everybody off guard. So I'm expecting to see
one
that
question.
playbook.
You think Kyle's holding back a little bit, using only as much of his arsenal as necessary because he realizes the potential of this team and where they're going? This is amazing if he is. Guys,
100%.
God, it's amazing to watch him work. Wow.
You're going to see a lot of that outside zone, inside zone, those end arounds of Debo. You know, like some of these plays you're starting to see week in, week out, like that little handoff to Kittle, some of these wide receiver screens, some of these slant plays that you're seeing to the same players like Sanders, like third down conversion plays. You're going to see a lot of the same stuff. But I think like that Kyle Juszczyk play where he went down the sideline for like that 40-yard catch, we haven't seen that yet.
Yes.
That was the first time we saw that. So you're going to start seeing little here and there plays that are going to be just huge splash plays, I'm telling you. Things that you haven't even thought about. Like we all know Kyle Juszczyk can run a little seam route down the sideline and he's athletic and he can catch. We all know that, but we haven't seen him be used like that this year. So
I think last year we saw it a couple of times. You're right. But I've not seen that in forever. I thought it was Kittle, too. I didn't even know that was Kyle.
Right. So you're going to see this playbook be wide open. There's nothing to hold back. Once you get into the playoffs, you don't hold back. You do whatever it takes, any means necessary. So
that means Pete Carroll's going to be over his head if he wins next week.
I don't think they're going to win. I think they're done. I said 3 weeks ago, I said Seattle's going to lose their last 3 games. I picked them to lose against the Cardinals, Ronbo. I picked them to lose against us, and I picked the Eagles to win the division about a month and a half ago, and I said the Seahawks are going to lose at Philly. I'm telling you, Ronbo, everything that I've been thinking, it's all
amazing.
I'm watching it all happen. It's insane.
That's brilliant, Russo.
I just have a really,
I didn't see the Eagles getting there. Yeah.
Dallas is just a mess. I mean,
a comical mess too.
my whole family's from Philly too. So my whole family's from Philly. So I for me, it's like I don't mind the Eagles. So
this is fun for you then. You can you can nudge family members all day long now. Because they were supposed to be a powerhouse
Giants
this year.
Chant, just.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, but I'm excited. I'm very excited for the playoffs. I'm glad we got a week off. For me, like I wasn't worried about going on the road, but I was more concerned with getting guys healthy. Like Emmanuel Sanders hasn't had a bye week all season. This is his first bye week all year.
Yes, and he needs it
so,
too. All right.
Yeah.
Well, Russo, go get that rest, man, because we're out of time. And always, as always, good stuff. And guys, you got to check out Russo SF49. As you can see, this guy knows his football. You click him up. He's got a channel. He talks ball. All right.
I'll try to get on with you again. I can't stay up too late. So that's why I haven't really been calling in. But I'll try to get in again.
Yeah, you got a different shift now. Okay. We'll look forward to it.
Yeah.
All right.
All right,
get together for some other stuff. All right. Night, Russo.
Definitely. I appreciate you.
Thanks, man. And let's roll over here to Phil real quick and get his. Phil.
Hey, Ronbo.
Phil, here we are. And tonight, last night it was emotions. I mean, yeah, Joe Staley went off the field in tears. You got the 49ers celebrating like crazy. This is, coming from dirt to where we are now. And you look at the pass, offense, defense, and all that stuff. Phil, are we hurting? Are we ready to roll here? Do you see anything that can hold this team back? Where are we weak? Where are we strong? And that type of thing from last night's game?
Well, I think, like Russo hit on it, we need D Ford back.
Badly.
I mean, he's the guy that keeps the chippers off of Nick Bosa.
Yes.
And so they have to go man-on-man with Bosa, or they got to go man-on with Ford. And either way, you pick your poison, right? So I think that opens up the pass rush, and that's why the pass rush hasn't been as good as it has been in the early stages of the season.
Mm-hmm.
So I think D Ford makes a big change there.
Knew it.
Dukarski coming back will make a huge change there. And if we can get Quan Alexander for the championship game, that takes away Kamara, right? And then you can move Greenlaw back to strong side linebacker and to Sam. And you got a pretty good linebacking core then.
God, yes.
So, I think things are coming together. The only guy I think we really miss is DJ Jones. He'll never be eligible to come back, so forget him. But, that's one guy we will miss. But other than that, I think we're heading in the right direction. I would have liked to see our red zone offense been a little better yet last night.
Good point.
Robbie Gould kicked too many field goals. I like Robbie, but you know what? I'd rather see touchdowns on the board than field goals.
Amen. Oh God, it would just make you relax so much more.
That's the only thing that I saw that we could have done better. I do not want to play Seattle again.
I don't think either. I know we could beat it, but I don't want to be bothered with it anymore. Yeah.
Playing the division, they take away some of your playbook because they've seen you so much. They know you so well.
Phil.
And it tends to equalize the game plan out. So I think if we get Philly, I think Philly's heads are going to be spinning with Kyle Shanahan having 2 weeks to prepare for him. So I'm
right now,
Philly in that game.
1 week. Yeah, 1 week to prepare.
Well,
that's
he'll have 1 week.
They're probably preparing for both now anyway.
Yeah. So, and I doubt Minnesota beats New Orleans in New Orleans. I just want to see that New Orleans Green Bay game in Lambeau when it's freezing cold and see how Drew Brees does with his thumb then.
Yeah.
So,
yes. And actually, Russo hit it right on the head with not opening up that playbook too far. The Hawks, the 49ers know how to beat the Hawks. It doesn't take a lot. Their defense is pretty much basic. They sit in they don't do anything different they never deviate from their defense. They think their guys are good enough to do their jobs. Okay, now you open up some things they haven't seen yet. It might be easier to deal with them if Kyle does not. He'll put his foot on the gas now. Like Russo says, for the rest of the playoffs, it's pedal to the metal. So
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. The other thing is the Hawks lost a couple players in the game that we had against them. Kendricks is out for the season. He tore his ACL that game, and so they lost a couple of players. And
okay, they're going to lose next week, then, Russo. They are going to lose next week. I think you're right.
The thing is that one extra game, they're going to get a couple guys banged up. It's just the way it is in the NFL.
Yep.
So,
and they're going to lose. You're right. They're going to lose some guys next week. Because yep, you're right. That's right. Oh, God.
That's the whole purpose for the bye is to get healthy and not get dinged up. So
and stay out of harm's way. Exactly.
I think we got the cards are in our direction. We just got to execute and win the rest of the games. And hopefully the Levi Stadium is loud and we make it into a home field advantage.
It will be. Phil, have you got a ticket already getting to Levi's? Because people
I just got billed by the Niners.
Okay, because that's everybody's like, we're going to get a ticket now. So if you wait until now, you probably can't. If you're talking general admission, Phil, you've got a membership.
Season ticket holder, so we got automatic tickets. We got our tickets. So anyway,
all right,
I'm planning on going to Miami.
Phil's not fooling around. All right, Phil.
No, we're going to Miami.
I agree. and if you're talking about being there,
I'll call you from Miami.
I'm looking forward to that. All right, Phil, we're going to go.
I'll
see
Ronbo,
you later in the week. Maybe a couple of times, actually.
Yeah.
We'll see if I get some time. All right, Phil. Have a great evening.
All righty. Talk to you later. Bye.
All right. Yeah. Cynthia's already got her reservation in Miami, too. Maybe a good idea to go ahead and do that now. You can always cancel, right? Hey, Jordan Barron. Sup, fam? In your opinion, was that third down no PI call right? I don't know. You know what? It did look like a PI because of where the ball was. But who was grabbing who? This is what I keep looking at. I've slowed that down and played it back and forth. Who's holding who? And maybe that's why the officials allowed that to just go. Because he doesn't want to call offensive pass interference. And he has no real reason to call defensive pass interference. And even in New York City, they discussed it, and they said, yeah, that's pass interference. I said, can you guys really see that play that way? Is that really Can you really determine that? And what I really wish is if they're going to just let them play in that last couple of minutes like they were doing, because the Hawks were holding like crazy. The defensive line were getting choked out. It was so blatant on Eric Armstead, they had to call it because everybody could see it. So maybe they were letting it go. There was probably some other infractions going on the field, and they let that slide too. Hey, Big Joe! And thanks, Jordan, for the contribution. Big Joe. Big Joe. Oh, God. Hey, Charles, come on in.
Ooh la la. Ooh la la la. Ooh la la. How you doing now, Ronbo?
Charles, I'm ooh la la. I'm feeling good now. I'm over what burnt me up yesterday and stopped me from enjoying the night like I wanted to. I've gotten over that play call, out of that bad call, and I'm okay now. I'm feeling great.
Yeah.
How about you? Yeah.
Oof. Terrible. I'm not gonna let those
ruin the moment.
Terrible
Right?
refs bother me tonight.
Right.
I'm not gonna let them move my mood.
That's it.
And I'm not gonna talk about a killer Witherspoon because I already know Trey's got my back covered. Just cover me on that one right there.
Oh, yes.
Anyway, so Ronbo, we're at the I think they're at the 5-yard line, correct?
Mm-hmm. You talking about the Hawks?
Yeah, the Hawks. And when his name's Hollister, the tight end, right?
Right.
I think that's his name.
That's his name.
And when they reviewed it, it says that the tight end initiated a contact into Fred Warner. So therefore, it would have been pass interference on the offense because he initiated it. And then he not only did he initiate the contact, he was hanging on Fred Warner, trying to force the flag.
Well,
so therefore,
that's what I thought. I said, who's holding who there? Oh,
he ran his route into Fred Warner.
And then he grabbed hold of him.
Yeah, what do you want Fred Warner to do? Just back off and let him score a touchdown? Like, come on.
What that is, Charles? That's Pete the cheat techniques. Carroll teaches. It's been already found. Been doing for the last, Carroll knows how to cheat. He knows how to teach these things.
Yeah, and I got emotional after the game, Ronbo. I saw Joe Staley, and Joe Staley's been with us through thick and thin, literally.
Yeah, he has.
He's been through the highs and lows, and it's just great to see him back on the winning side again. Also,
big guy deserves this. He really does.
Also, we all under at the beginning of the season, I was kind of like down on my team, like I don't know, maybe a 9-7, 10-6 season, hoping for playoffs. And even all of us, Ronbo, no one expected 13-3 other than, what was his name, Kenny, correct?
Yeah. No, he had a huge following, actually. I was a little worried about maturity. I thought maybe next year we could do things like that. I'm with you. I didn't see it coming this year. Not really. I was in support of 13-3 for sure. But man, that's going to be tough.
Oh yeah, I would have been totally fine with 13-3. Matter of fact, we should have been 15-1.
One. I agree. That was more realistic than anything. We had no business losing to the Hawks the first time. And Atlanta Falcons. Oh, so it's okay. We're 13-3.
And Ronbo, we're more than likely going to see the Seahawks again in the divisional round.
You think so?
But
you don't think the Eagles can beat them?
Nah, Eagles are terrible. Like, let's be honest, they're going to get blown out. But this time, Ronbo, we'll have D Ford, maybe Quan Alexander, Jaquaski Tart, a full roster against them, and Levi will be rocking, Ronbo. Levi is going to be buzzing, and I'm expecting a blowout. Ronbo, I know we got to wrap it up. I'll talk to you later.
Looking forward to it.
Have a good night.
You too, Charles. Thanks, fam. Oh, hey, is that Mark? I haven't talked to Mark in weeks. Mark!
I'm with the man, the myth, the 49 fan legend, Ronbo. Hit that like, folks.
Mark. How you doing, fam? We haven't talked in a while. And since then, so much history's been made, Mark. We are ridiculously good, but nobody really believes You got guys like Skip Bayless, and they lucked their way in. Oh Skip.
Come on, man.
Come on, Skip.
It's ridiculous, man. And then I was watching, I hate Speak for Yourself. They were just, I'm not believing. Talking about the Saints, and I'm like, bro, we beat the Saints, bro. We beat the Seahawks. They barely beat us by 3, and we beat them. But, man, come on. I just don't understand it. I'm over it, Ronbo. I don't get it, but, it is what it is. And all this pass interference stuff, man, please stop. The dude, the last caller just said everything I was going to say on that topic. The man ran into him trying to draw the penalty.
Right.
And Warner, it was 50-50. Both players, grabbing whatever, 50-50, hey, they didn't call it. It was a great no call.
Right? Flag could have been thrown either way.
Right, and it's just
so they just left
everybody's
it
sensitive about this Saints pass interference from last year. It's kind of like, bro, this ain't that. It's not that at all.
It's not. It's
so,
right.
But man, our team is, I can't explain to you how hype I was,
for the rest of the season, too. Yeah, the 49ers got away because of the PI. That was not Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Nah, man. I'm just saying, man, I can't explain how hype I was, man, yesterday. My uncle was in town from Kansas City. He got to be around. He's from Phoenix, but, a lot of Niner fans. There's none out there. Everybody's, Chiefs fan out there. So he was in town for the holidays. We got to send him off the right way, man. So it was great, man. Like the last caller said, same thing. I ain't going to go in on Witherspoon, man. I'm just going to hope the dude gets better, gets back to his playing level. I do blame the coaches for leaving him in that long after seeing a couple times that he wasn't up to par for the game. I think he just needs to come in, not off the bench, but just as a support, come in, slot or whatever. I don't know, but
no. And Mark, and here's the thing: every coach in the playoffs is going to have that footage. He is going to be a marked man. They're going to go after Spoon. If he's on the field, they're going to go after him every play. That's a liability. I feel bad for Spoon, but in this case, we can assume that he's not going to start. Mosley came in and made a game-saving play. Spoon would have got smoked on that play, Mark.
Yeah, and the thing we know about Spoon, we know this about him. The dude is I don't know, we don't see him, but he's emotional. Meaning, like once he gets down on himself, he doesn't play well.
He doesn't recover.
You know what I'm saying? So right, we need to give him some layups. You know what I'm saying? Let him come in off the bench. Let him take some slot reps. Let him do something else. We need to get guys some layups because we see this from last year. It takes him a while to get back to his psyche to get back to confidence. He got that. Right. So that's just him.
But Mark,
whether Mosley he can do it at any time.
Yeah, but Mark, once that defensive, that's true too, but once that defensive line becomes whole again and D Ford's out there, he seemed to do his best work at the beginning of the season when that defensive line was ferocious. We shouldn't have to depend on that, not entirely, but do you
that's what we are.
Back in or you stay with Mosley?
If we get D Ford back, I don't care who's in there, to be honest with you. If we get back to D Ford and if we get to the second playoff game and Quan's back, I'm just stop saying K1 Alexander. Bro, fellas, it's Quan Alexander and K1 Williams. Anyway.
Two different guys. That's true.
I hear that all the time. It drives me nuts. But, yeah, if we get two of them back, man, if D4 comes back, and then we get Quan back.
You got Kwasi.
It's going to be.
Seems to make a difference.
Yeah. Once we get back to full, man, then that's when I think, Spoon is on a different level. Again, I think it has to do with his surrounding, has to do with his presence. I think he's a heady guy. What I mean by that is, once he's down or who's surrounding him, I'm like that on the basketball court. The ball doesn't feel good. My jumper's not going there. I'm kind of getting my head.
Lose confidence. Start throwing up bricks.
Yeah, ball, but, But, man, I'm happy. I'm excited. This feels good, man. It's crazy, man. Who thought we would be here? And I want to shout out to you real quick. I know we're running short on time, Ronbo. I've been listening and joining for the last couple of years or since the beginning. And, man, I appreciate, we just concluded at the end of the season. And you do a lot of work, bro, and we appreciate it, man.
Shucks. Thanks, Mark. I really enjoy every moment of it, too. Just hanging out with you.
Right.
It's just so much fun. And we got more to go, too.
Man.
It's going to be a long season for us. Can you imagine that? Wow.
Yeah, it's going to be
January. We're still playing.
Oh, man. Y'all give me some advice on what I should do. My niece-in-law has a birthday party coming up on the 11th, bro. I don't know what to do. It's going to be in a trampoline place with no damn TV. I don't know what to do.
Hey, guys, see if you can go ahead and administer that on the chat. Because Mark, we're gonna get more answers for you on that. You're gonna get a lot of answers on this. Let's see what you get.
Yeah,
okay,
I got DirecTV. I think it should be streaming because it's gonna be a regular game on regular TV. So we might be cool. All right, Ronbo.
See you later in the week. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yes, birthdays. You deal with those. All right. Big Tone 707, 13-3, because we got Jimmy G. Hey, it's hard to get that cadence that Kenny does. Okay.
Can I get that alive?
Right. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So we go down toward Bama way for the ride. Ride.
What's going on, Ronbo?
Rob, I'm sitting here assessing some of the things that, because we were all caught up in emotion yesterday. But did we see everything we needed to see? Where are we weak? Where are we strong? Where we don't need to worry about? I still wish Richie James would catch the ball on some of them fair catches. I'm a little concerned with the same thing everybody else is concerned with. Is it Spoon? Is it Mosley? I'm a little, every OC in the league is now looking that's in the playoffs saying, well, I know where we're going with the ball. And the run game. I love me some Tevin Coleman, Rod. But the time has come, and Kyle, I know he's loyal to his players. He trusts them. He lets them know, you the man. I'm putting the ball in your hands, and I'm trusting you. But, Rod, at what point do you stop being this nice and become Bill Belichick?
Well, I tell you like this, Ronbo.
Ooh.
I'm not as critical of Coleman as you guys are. I feel like there was some change and some mix-ups with the offensive line and due to injury. So just like you guys say, the defense is a unit. Same thing with that offensive line,
Good point.
If you remember in the beginning, School was there. You know what I'm saying? School did decent, then he started struggling. As far as Brunskill, he did pretty good. So, let's you guys quickly forget about that 4-touchdown game he had.
Yeah,
and
he was
everybody
against the Panthers.
Everybody had a role at some point of the season, and just because some games haven't been as efficient as others, let's say this here, he's doing a good job on blocking on third downs. He's not fumbling the ball. Our other running backs fumbled the ball though, and
Maddie's in the doghouse because of that.
And then look how many fumbles Jimmy Garoppolo's had. So let's stop being so critical of our team. And
that has something to do with the offensive line, though. Like you mentioned, Weston Richburg.
Yeah, it does.
You just mentioned something. Weston Richburg went down. So did TC's game slow down. I hadn't tied that together. You're right.
And let me tell you something else too. You remember I told you guys too. Ben Garland was a selection of Kyle Shanahan as well. He hasn't been as awful as most people thought he was going to be. So,
I like him.
Let's get this man some credit, man. We got some depth. Honestly, I'm thinking in the future, like, will we actually keep Brunskill as the left tackle now and just keep McGlinchey at the right, or will we just keep Brunskill as a swing tackle and still draft a left tackle in the first round? I know that's far ahead, but it's like, I just love our options that we have. Like I said, when School struggled, they was quick to get the replacement Brunskill, and he's done an excellent job. So,
Rod, I just want to ask you a question on that point right there, though. You bring up something that's going to be an issue with us this offseason anyway. If you go ahead and think you've got enough in the house on that offensive line, you don't need to draft anybody right now because whoever you bring in is only going to take up a roster spot, and most likely is not going to make Brunskill, School, or anybody else on that offensive line sit down because all those guys, Garland, they're all rock solid. They're not all pro, but they're rock solid. They're going to bring a kid in, I'm going to groom him. Unless he's like that kid they drafted in Indianapolis last year, I don't need to waste that draft pick.
Yeah.
What would you say the 49ers really could use another of?
Well, more than anything, I'm going to say we could use another safety. Because,
Jimmy, Jimmy may get
Jimmy Ward.
Are they keeping him? Ooh.
I don't know. I wouldn't be. Think about it like this right here. If it's anybody on a football team that deserves to give
their organization a home discount is Jimmy Ward. So, I mean, you see the success of the team, man. We stuck it out with you. I mean, the least you could do is give us a little
Give us a little
leeway.
bit so we can keep the team together. Because, Rod, it's going to come down between Eric Armstead. You're going to make a choice between Eric Armstead. You can't keep both Armstead and Ward, probably, right? What are you going to do?
Right. I mean, and then don't forget, Solomon Thomas is going to probably be gone as well. I mean, we're going to have some options next year, man. And, I mean, let me throw this in, too, while I got time. Do you realize we still got toys we ain't even played with yet? Think about we're going to have Jalen Hurd next year, man.
Oh, I'm not thinking about receiver. Big Show's already sending me options for wide receiver in the draft. I already don't know wide receiver.
Man.
I want to see Jalen Hurd.
And I mean, I for one disagree with you guys that I think Pettis still is going to be a future now. And I think what
is
happening right now is he's a second round. The dude's still a second round pick, like it or not. They don't want to just throw away an investment like that without.
They're not going to.
Is there a possibility?
There's no way.
But man, I think what he's doing is he making Pettis sit down and see. Look, this is what happens when you don't play. Wide receivers do what I tell them to do.
Mm-hmm.
When they follow instructions, this is what kind of success we had. Now I want you to sit down and watch us be successful without you this year.
And say things to him. Kendrick Bourne used to be like you. So I mean, I'm a coach. Yeah. I'm a second round pick. Kendrick Bourne that's what I'm talking about. See? We got to go, fam. Ron, we'll see you later in the week, okay?
Absolutely. All right, man. It's been cool, man. We'll holler back. Sitting out.
All right. You ready, Rod? Are you ready, Rod?
I'm ready.
That's for the Rod.
All right, Ronbo.
Good night, Rod. Hey, Will. Dollar Bill. Will.
Ronbo, what's up, man?
Oh, Will. Well, we didn't cut you off on purpose. You were getting upset as you were Bill, Will, I think Kenny was just letting off a little steam about, because you see, before Kenny left, I wanted to also say, I don't want to see Jerick McKinnon leave any either. You see, because each and every year, look how many backs that are functional we got left. We got 2 backs that are getting it done. If we have 7 or 8 running backs, I don't even believe I'd flinch. But we can't afford to do that. But, running backs are scary in Kyle's system. You got to keep them guys that are used to running between that offensive line, that are knowing what they're doing. You bring somebody off the street, he ain't going to look like what these guys look like. So Jerick McKinnon ain't going nowhere next year. But we can't keep all of them. Who are you getting rid of?
Right. Because, you haven't seen what he done yet.
And that's number one in my mind.
It is what it is. I mean, that's just common sense. But, we're gonna move along from that, man. It is what it is. But check it out, man. Personal 49ers, man. Hey, we got the first round. We got the first round bye, man. Oh, we right where we need to be. Time for all the guys to heal up, man, and get this show on the road, man. Because it's one and done. You lose, you go home.
That's it. Either win or go home.
We've been battle tested so much this season that we should be all right. We should be all right in the playoffs. We should really be all right. The offense is clicking. It's right where it needs to be. They can get a little bit better, but the offense is ready. It's right where it needs to be. I'm not worried about the offense. This bye is very important for the defense because you got the first round bye. You got giving Tart more time to rest and heal up, as well as D Ford. Once D Ford comes back on the defensive line, it's going to get back to normal. I really believe it's going to get back to normal. D Ford is out, and Bosa still causing hell on quarterbacks. He may not be getting the sack,
but he's making them crazy.
He may not be getting the sacks, but he's making them folks go crazy. So when D Ford come back, it's a wrap. That D line gonna get back to top notch playing form. But like I told you, man. The first few callers spared Witherspoon. I'm not sparing his ass.
You want an installment?
I can't trust. Yeah, give me a installment, man.
All right. And now, what we do on Monday Night Raw. Let me holler at you. I will. 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Go ahead.
Witherspoon, man. I praise you, man. Beginning of the season, man, you was playing lights out. You got hurt. Injuries happen. You got hurt, but when you came back, man, you went back to your old self, man. And I'm not trusting that. Those TD passes that Seattle caught on us last night came off of you. DK Metcalf was a rookie, and he made you look bad, man. He made you look bad. I'm gonna tell you something. The reason why I trust Mosley for the playoffs instead of Witherspoon is because Mosley can play a receiver when the pass rush is capable of making rushes, and when they not. You're only just good when the rush is applied. Mosley is good when the rush is applied or not applied. So that's why I trust Mosley than Witherspoon. You saw the breakup Mosley did at the goal line when they was down trying to score on us to win the game. That one play, yeah, Mosley got bit, he bit on the slant, but he caught up to the receiver and knocked the ball down. That same play happened to Kello. He did it, and the receiver caught the ball. You ain't got as much dog in you than Mosley do. That's why I trust Mosley, man. That's why I say it's important that we get this bye. So when everybody comes back, you put Mosley into the equation, then the defense is set. Even in the secondary, Tark coming back, he's put him back where he's supposed to be. There it is. You got Tark back, D4 back. You put Mosley in, click, boom, there it go. That's the defense. You can't put Westbrook in. Man, they're gonna attack that man if Salah keeps him in there. He is. I mean, it's a fact. It's a fact, man. They did it to him in Atlanta. In the Atlanta game, they attacked him, man. I'm telling you, I can't trust him. I mean, I pray. Don't get me wrong. I don't want nobody saying I'm flip-flopping because I praise him. Beginning of the season, I praised him. I said, Keller Westbrook was playing great ball, playing lights out defense. But now you're going back to your old self. And Mosley been consistent. He's been consistent. When we played Seattle back at home, the first game we lost to him, Mosley was shutting down DK. He was shutting down DK then. But now you come in and DK make you look like a plain fool, man. I can't trust you, bro. All those TDs in that game last night came off of you. And Mosley came in and he shut shit down. That's why I trust Mosley over Westbrook, man. Ronbo, I'm not worried about the offense. Our offense gonna be fine in the playoffs. They better test. Everything gonna go good. All I gotta do is just play to their capabilities. But the defense, man, once
the rest will take care of itself.
Right. When everybody else come back, put Mosley in, man. Put that man in and keep him in there. You put a Keller in there, it's a wrap.
It just may be too. Well, as you know, we got to pull up, fam. And I'm going to try to get back in there later on in the week, all right?
All right, man. Shout out to you, Ronbo, man. Shout out to my TNT fam, my player partner, Dre, Trey Trez, Big Show, Russo, Shay Lewis, man, Real 49 Hit, Jared Fresh, all them guys. Shout out to the Ronbo Sports Fan Club, Rico, Jersey Joe, Russo, Sheik, Coach Tim Sewell, all them guys, man. Hey, man, F. Rams, F. Rudy, they lost the Super Bowl. They scored 3 points, got 55 points put on by the Bullets. We beat 31-17. The Rams got Jalen Ramsey for none. The Keith Talib got traded from our Rams to the Dolphins. We swept the LA Rams this year, and they bankrupt. All right, Ronbo.
All right, fam. See you later in the week. All right, fam. And hey, James.
Bad, bro. Yeah, what's up, Ronbo?
James, man, we're the day after going through all the emotional stuff yesterday. We're assessing what should we be concerned with going forward. Where are the strengths that we could praise? Are there any things that need to be fixed? Are the injuries going to make everything okay? And that type of stuff. How was the run game, pass game, special teams, defense, and offense? What do you think?
Well, first and foremost, once again, thank you for having me and the platform you provide. And it's good we're sitting here with a first-round bye and home field advantage. And I think one thing we need to be extremely worried about is when number 23 comes on the field. Okay. Whether it's even on special teams, we still need to be worried with him out there. Okay. He's lost his confidence. He's going into, this is his third season. So usually any players in their third season, they should start to get it. You see what's happening with Eric Armstead and Bosa. Well, Armstead's going into his fourth year or fifth year. And, you know, when guys start to get to that point, DeForest Buckner,
playing a whole lot better. Tart playing a whole lot better.
Yeah, and Trez wanted to get rid of Tart. You're right. I mean, it's true.
Well, I mean, I was kind of on that bandwagon because these guys, it's injuries, man. The best available player is a player that's available. Without that, you can't win football games with people standing on the sideline in team gear, but sideline gear. When they ain't got them pads and that helmet on, I mean, it's like, I'm happy where we're at right now. We're in a good place because the offense is clicking, and it's avenues that are opening up from the younger guys that are playing, that are stepping up, that are showing this game is not too big for them. Okay, we didn't expect to see this type of play out of a linebacker by the name of Dre Greenlaw.
Wow.
What's happening?
Wow. Really did.
It's amazing. Even the other guy, Al Shazier, is starting to get it. Kevin Givens coming off the practice squad. Okay, this is what you get. Kentavious Street finally getting healthy, shutting down that running up through the middle. So we right now, we've got a core of guys that, they're ready. This game is not too big for them, and they're only going to get better by D Ford coming back. We're going to get a whole lot better, and we're going to get super better, extremely better, if we keep 23 off the field. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Yeah, well, I'm going back in it again too. Okay, I'm just coming around the side of the mountain on it. Now, listen, I'm telling you like this. The last 5 games he's played, he's gave up over 11 touchdowns.
Oh.
Because it was almost 3 last night that he gave up. But remind ourselves, one of them got called back for a holding penalty on the guy, Afedi.
Yeah, we got lucky on that one. Yes,
yeah, we really got lucky on that one. Well, I was praying and I thank God for it, okay? I gave him a hallelujah, thank you, Jesus, because he was beat. 23 was beat. He's been getting beat all season since he's been back. I heard someone say that maybe his ego is low right now, and he's one of them sensitive people. That he is. Well, let him take his sensitivity on to another organization and get out of Santa Clara. Because I'm telling you right now, when he gave up that second touchdown, you could see the signs on Kyle Shanahan's face, like he's got one more time to do something like that, and he's going to be sitting. And what happened? When that next touchdown was given up, but thanks be to God, there was saving grace because it was a holding penalty on the offense. So it got called back. Kyle Shanahan sat him after that penalty.
Yep.
And Emmanuel Mosley came in the game, and the game hasn't been too big for this young rookie. Not a rookie, second-year player. Emmanuel Mosley, second-year player.
Actually, he didn't play last year. He got hurt, so really it is his first year.
Yeah, he got hurt in that Green Bay game when we played Green Bay last year.
Exhibition. Yeah.
He got hurt. And he was out for the rest of the season. But this season here, he's been getting quality playing time, and you can see that this guy is ready. We basically got the second youngest defense in the league, besides the Browns.
And James, we got to pull up, as you know, but good stuff.
Okay,
and,
no problem.
Glad you got that off your chest.
No problem. Yeah, man, I needed to, man. And I'm ooh la la after saying that. Thank you anyway. Niner Empire, Niner for life, and that's my story. I'm looking at it like we got 3 games ahead of us to be able to be dancing in confetti and raising the number 6.
All right.
7, 8, 9, and 10, 11, and 12 is right behind you.
There you go.
Okay?
All right.
Thank you. You have a good evening. Be blessed. Niner Empire, Niner for life.
Thank you, James. You have a good night, too.
Yes, sir.
All right.
You too.
And let's go to roll on over here to Dre. Dre. Come on in, Dre. All right, Dre. I guess we'll come back. Thayer. Go ahead, Thayer. And Emilio, did some people get hung up on? Listen, if you do get hung up on, it's not us. The system sometimes does that, so get back in there. Emilio!
¿Qué pasa?
¡Ay! ¡Mi hermanito! Me, nothing, man. Everything's going on, actually. Because when you think about it, man, this is like crazy. From nothing to too much for everybody.
Yeah, we had 5 shitty years, and finally we get a good one. It took a while, but hey.
Is it only 5? Wait a minute. 2014? Yeah, right. And 2014 was kind of bad. We didn't go to the playoffs. We should have been 11-5 that year, and we lost a couple of stupid games, like that one up against the goal line against the Rams. That should have been us. Oh, wait, how many?
No, you know what?
That was a strange season.
At that point, it's just 5 years. It's 5 years too long.
It really is.
It is what it is now. All we got to do, what a stressful game last night. But, at this point, it's just wait for a competitor. It don't matter who it is. We got to destroy them. It's just all it is. Just get to the next step. Our next stop is NFC Championship, and then the Super Bowl. So
I know, right?
That's just the only goal. That's the only goal I see right now. I don't really care what happened. No calls, stupid calls. It doesn't matter. It is what it is.
And can you see the Vikings? The Vikings beating the Saints and the Packers. Well, let's see, Vikings, Saints, and who else? Packers. Just get the Saints out of there. Get the Saints out of there. That's a cakewalk for the 49ers.
You know what? It's actually it is crazy to say, but you really got to realize that Vikings and Saints game, that's going to be a rematch from last year. You know how they lost last time and the whole game, so the playoff. I think it's a possibility the Vikings might want to come back with revenge and try to take them out. So anything's possible.
Because Kirk Cousins knows he's on a thread. Kirk needs to have the greatest game of his life.
It's a possibility, and it's not like a disadvantage for either team. They're both dome teams, and they're going to play in the dome regardless, even though it's going to be New Orleans. Yeah. It's still going to be. That might actually be a good game. You never know.
We're going to fight.
Anything can go. So, I mean, if the Vikings do win, it may be an easy game for us if the Vikings come over. So, but we still got to wait the possibility. We might see the Seahawks again. It's just that's the one thing that everybody sees happen. And I think that's what the NFL wants, too. They want us to play them again for some weird reason.
They're going to cheat. They're going to cheat again, aren't they? You know what, though? You can only cheat in the clink. I don't think they're going to get them cheating refs in Philadelphia. So
you never know, man.
They're hurt, too, Emilio.
At this point.
The Vikings, the Seahawks are really in pain. They got they lost another dude to ACL this past week. This is why I don't like to play all these games. Get out of it, man. Whoa.
No, well, hey, that's why it meant a whole lot for us to actually win that game against the rest.
Yes.
Because we all know that we haven't rested since week 4, so we needed this win. It was crazy. There was a dog fight all the way to the end. At first, we all thought, okay, we're going to finish them out, but no, it was a dog fight.
Came back. I couldn't even start singing. I was getting ready to start singing in the half. At the third quarter, I said, let me bust out singing. Came back to a cliffhanger.
But you also got to like I've always told you before, it doesn't matter how good we are or they are, divisional games are always tough.
Yep.
And like I said, if we play Seattle again, that game will go down to the wire again.
You know what I mean? I wouldn't mind that so much if the refs would just stay out of it. Don't be making them calls to put the butter on the Hawks' plate all the time. Oh, that just makes me so tired. The 49ers always got to fight an uphill battle as long as we're playing in the clink and the refs are out there making them bogus calls. You know Ben Garland shouldn't have got called for no. He's way downfield, can't even hear the noise.
I agree with you there, but you also think about it. Let's say, well, that's a messed up call on us, but then the pass interference, same thing. Well, hey, either you look at it, it evened it out, or it was just like, okay, well, we messed up this call, but we got to mess up a call that either no, maybe not. But
no, we'll find out.
It's just, you also got to be a big game. It's just like with the Rams last year. Same thing. You mess up calls, you don't mess up calls. Calls shouldn't be called. You also got shit's gonna happen.
Yeah,
so you give and take with that.
But we gotta go.
You don't.
All right. But you're right. I agree. Well, I agree with all that. But we're out of time. I'll get back to you shortly.
All right, for sure.
And we got to set things up. All right.
Just holla me. All right.
All right, fam. Have a good night.
All right, for sure. All right, you too.
Thanks. Let's go check out Felix.
What's up, man?
Felix, 13-3 on your way to the playoffs. And we was thinking it was, some of us thought, wow, everybody thought we was going to the playoffs. Felix, you knew we were going to the playoffs, right?
Yeah, I knew it was going.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I mean, I was still uncertain about us getting that number 1 seed, but we needed it for our players to rest, our defense to rest. But yeah, don't put 23 back in. Sit them down. Because I mean, from the Falcons game and then the Rams game, I don't know what happened when he came back from his injury, but he just looks lost. And listen, this is the playoffs. We don't have time to be
teaching.
You know what I'm saying? Well, we're gonna give them. We don't have time for that because we could be going against receivers like Michael Thomas. From the Saints, we'll play the Vikings, Adam Thielen and Stephon Diggs. So we're going to get some top-notch receivers, and we need our best playmakers in there. Okay, so my issue is, well, number one with Shanahan, why are you not starting Bolster? I was surprised yesterday because the Seahawks run defense is not good.
But you we should have ran
running Coleman. I'm like, why are I didn't understand that, and I don't understand, to me, why are you putting Mostert on special teams, and he needs to be in the backfield because sometime at some point in the game, he's going to break one. Yep. And when he gets within that, every time we're on the
that goal line, he's gonna find it.
He's going in. He's going in. So I don't understand, why are you starting Coleman? I don't understand it. Remember I told you last time, sometimes people so smart they dumb. That's what the kind of stuff I'm talking about right there.
But you know what may have happened, Felix? I have a feeling, and we just talked about it a little while ago, it has something to do with Weston Richburg, apparently, and the offensive line, maybe Mike Person. Little things change. I guess they throw some guys off. So he needs to work with that line, and maybe Kyle's trying to get those reps because he knows Coleman's got talent. But for some odd reason, and I imagine that's at the offensive line, all of a sudden he can't find the gaps. But then again, Mostert can.
I don't understand.
So
I don't get it. He's a better catcher out of the backfield. Okay, so and this is my problem with Saleh. Okay, I understand he has a interview with the Browns, and if he gets the head coaching job, good. He needs to go. He needs to go. Okay, listen. But my issue is the Seattle Seahawks are our rival. Why can't we do nothing with Russell Wilson? That's my issue. Why can we not? I think we have enough athletes and enough players to put a spot on Russell Wilson. And I'll be technical. I do not want to see Seattle again. I do not want to see them.
I don't either. Not really.
I do not. And I don't understand why we cannot make the adjustment to contain Russell Wilson. I understand he's Russell Wilson. I understand why we can't make that adjustment.
I can answer that for you. Wilson's not really predictable. All right, he was spied yesterday. And he actually used the spy to do what he did. That front's got to get him. And what you really noticed yesterday was that offensive line, which is one of the worst. Even though they were cheating and holding, the refs weren't calling it much. They were still containing our defensive rush. I couldn't believe what I was saying. So I don't really.
And I don't get. And then even that, like. Last week, the other week we played the Rams, like Jared Goff was looking like Russell Wilson. I'm like, do something. Well, I mean, he's Jared freaking Goff. Why are we not making adjustments to? And that's what's really going. That's what's really to me. I really don't want to play them because through this year, the quarterbacks that's hurt us has been Kyler Murray with his scrambling ability and Russell Wilson.
Everybody's going to do that. Felix, everybody's going to do it. You know what? You make that pocket portable. You start moving, you start to shuffle the defense. That's any team will fall to that. You got to pick a man, stay disciplined, stay with them, and then it becomes an issue sometimes. Those bubble screens and things like that, it's something tough to deal with. They're getting more and more practice at it, and they'll probably get it soon, but it's tough to deal with.
And I'm quite serious. So one more thing. I really didn't. If the 49ers had to go on the road, I felt,
Yeah, we're out of time. Well, I'm going to see you later on in the week because we are out of time. But think about that for a minute and keep that thought. We'll get back to it next time. All right?
Okay. All right,
fam. Have a good night. All right. And them Eagles could upset Seattle. Quinoki night, I know, right? They could because Seattle is hurting. You just expect the Eagles They can't beat anybody. I don't know how they won that last game against the Giants. We'll see. Hey, Dion.
Hey, what's going on, Ronbo?
Dion, it's a spoon night. And other people. I'm only spoon on his Monday Night Raw. But Dion, also I'm looking for assessments of the offense and defensive rush, pass rush, defense, and offense. Dion, give me some assessments.
All right, so let's go ahead and just start off with the offense. I have to agree with pretty much everybody that's been calling before me. It's time for them to let go of Tevin Coleman starting and start Raheem the Dream. You got to just get a man the ball. He finds the creases, he hits the gaps, and when that man puts one foot in the ground, he's gone. He's money out of the backfield. He's money catching the ball. Like, the dude has proved his worth, and it's well worth every chance for us to be able to get him going in the right direction. So what I would say is the offense, I would say, probably gets at least like an A. I won't give him an A minus or even an A plus. The only reason is we didn't really do much. As far as we were concerned, it was a good game. It was a really good game for us. Rushing, with Debo on the end around, Raheem the Dream with his 2 touchdowns, I think that was fantastic. Defensive line did very well. You see what rotation does, how the pressure we were able to create, and how keeping guys fresh makes Russell very uncomfortable. The only thing is just trying not to over pursue him and do much. Akello, sit your ass down. It's time for Emmanuel Mosley to get in there. I'm sorry. I told you what I called last time, Ronbo. We don't have time for you getting your damn feelings and getting inside your head. Do that shit at another time. It's not time for you to not understand how to play football. Figure it out, because they're going to attack your ass every time. They don't want to throw a Sherm. They know what Sherm
And they're not going to.
So they said, no, I'm not going after the vet. That's dumb. I'm going to go after
Especially
the
that
dude
one.
that can't get out of his own head. Makes more sense. So, special teams, Richie got to be a lot more careful with that ball, man.
Yes.
You got to look it in, catch it, and just call it a day. You know what I'm saying? But defensively, our linebackers, Dre with that stop. And that's exactly, Ronbo, you hit the nail on the head when you said it earlier. Hit them up top. Don't go low, because if you go low, it gives them a chance to stretch out and bend back and lean over that goal line. Drake came and laid the hat on that ass. And that's exactly how it worked. I think he came and laid the hit on him, and it worked out very well for us. I think, I'm going to tell you right now, Kirk Cousins ain't played. Come on, the Vikings. The Vikings have lost. They're playing Green Bay. Come on now, we know Kirk Cousins doesn't win the playoffs. That's why I never wanted his ass when they talked about Shanahan going to get him. Said he don't win in the damn playoffs.
I apologize about that
I don't need a regular season.
Oh God.
Yeah. But other than that, man, we did a great job. Defense did what they were supposed to do, and I see no reason why we won't go ahead and go straight to the Super Bowl. That's it.
All right. That sounds good to me, Terry. Because I'd love to see the cakewalk with only dealing with the Vikings and possibly the Green Bay Packers, but that's probably not going to happen. But anyway.
No, because I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be that's going to be a game to watch and laugh at, because you're going to see Kirk Cousins do what he always does.
Go in the
great in the regular season, and he folds in the playoffs. He cannot win a playoff game. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is.
It is
and then I'm going to tell you, I have to agree. The Seahawks will find a way to stomp on the damn Eagles. They are just depleted in every shape and form. They probably got the towel boy out there playing receiver. They don't have no damn receivers. They got so many tight ends that they are depleted, and it's unfortunate because you would hope for them. But then again, it would be beautiful for us to go ahead and beat up on the Eagles if they take the Seahawks out, because they come to our house and destroy these people.
And it makes it easier. D, we got to go. We're out of time. I'll see you later on the week. We're going to make various trips since we got to get a week off. All right, fam?
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, rest up, man. Hey, Ronbo, man, appreciate what you do. Appreciate the platform. Continue to do it, man. Just take me out. Make my day whole with
you got it.
That Niner crowd.
A Niner! Man, D. Fam, check him out on the chat. Click him up. D's got content to share with you. All right, fam.
All right.
Have a good night. Let's go check out Dre.
Yo, Ronbo.
Dre. Hi, Dre. You know what's funny, Dre? Because I said, all right, y'all, let's go ahead and put everything under the spotlight, the offense, the defense, both run and pass, special teams, overall and all that.
Yes, sir.
People immediately went after my boy Spoon. Spoon, and you went after him first yesterday. And by the way, I want to let everybody, the Spoon law firm we no longer represent Spoon because we're losing our ass on that. So Dre, go ahead.
All right, so there's some names that I want to give shout outs to that people probably didn't pay no attention to. Kevin Givens.
He had a couple good series.
He played 10 snaps, Ronbo. 7 of his 10 snaps he was in the backfield.
See?
The second time that Lunchmo got the ball, do you know who met him and cracked his ass and stopped him in the backfield? That was Kevin Givens. That was Kevin Givens. Solomon Thomas, man, his first step last night was ridiculous. He was in Russell Wilson's face all night, Ronbo. Solomon stepped up.
He pulled somebody down from behind. Was that Russ or was that Lunch Mode?
No, that was Lunch Mode. And then also, man, Marcel Harris. Marcel Harris was all over the field last night. He had 2 passes defended. He had a quarterback hit. He had he almost down there had a pick to end the game. He was all over the field. Just as much as Dre Greenlaw. Dre Greenlaw, 13 tackles, 11 solos. Marcel Harris, 9 tackles, 6 solos. DeForest Buck, good Lord. Defoe, he had our only sack. He had two tackles for loss. He had 3 quarterback hits. Nick Bosa was all over the place. You just see that we know how to draft guys. Okay? We know how to draft guys. Nick Bosa, Deebo Samuel. Then you go down to Wisnowski's. Then Justin Shule played a huge role in us going on that 8-0 start without Joe Staley. Then you got Dre Greenlaw. Like, these are all guys who have contributed and started, half of the season. It's amazing. Spoon. Ronbo, from week 14 to week 17, Spoon has been targeted 28 times. He's allowed 21 receptions, 244 yards, and 35. He's allowed 5 touchdowns.
Blistering stat.
And from week 14 to week 17. Last night he was targeted 9 times. He allowed 7 receptions, 96 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Take him out of the equation. That game is nowhere near as close as it was. They probably get 2 more field goals instead of 2 touchdowns. He has to learn how to play through adversity. What I like about Kello, he gave up. It was he defended a pass, then he gave up 2 first downs, but he did not let the receiver DK Metcalf get over the top of him. He played under coverage, which means he gave him about 5 yards off of the line, which I know that was instructed by Saleh. We don't want nothing over the top. Let everything go underneath, so we can continue to run the clock. So we're gonna give you those short yardage passes, so you can get that first down, but the clock continues. And when he gave up those two first downs, he defended DK Metcalf to the sideline, which forced Russell Wilson to throw the ball high, which held out of bounds. Then he defended a pass on a slant route where he was turned around and he turned his back and he had great vision and he came back on the route and he backed the ball down. He just showed that he resilience. I'm not going to let these 2 first downs get to me.
Wait a minute, Dre. Are you talking? You're not talking about Spoon. You're talking about Mosley.
I'm talking about Mosley.
Yeah, you had confused there for a minute. All right, but Dre, we out of time. Good observation. So Mosley's going to be okay, and he's got more dog in him, which he doesn't get flustered. That's what I like about him too. All right.
Yeah. Hey man, things are about to get back to what they used to be with D4. Just believe that. Shout out to the TNT fan, man. Trey Travis, Big Show, Jerry Fresh, Russo, Shay Lewis, man, my player partner Will, man, all the guys, man. It's going to get back to what it was, man.
Should be.
Good
time too.
You can't double Nick Bosa
and D Ford. It's either pick your poison, and when he comes back, it's going to be back to what you've seen in Green Bay. So, you know what I mean, shout out to the Chief fan, man.
All right, Dre. Good hearing from you, fam, as usual. I'll look for you later in the week. All right. Dre making excellent observations with stats. Look out for Dre. Rodney.
Ronbo.
Rodney, where you at, man? You got family over there. Everybody celebrating that 49ers win?
Yeah. Nah.
Everybody in the 49ers family,
they're happy.
None of us have a full 49er family. Oh, it's rough.
They absolutely happy. You know what I'm saying? They watched the game with me yesterday.
Oh, okay.
And there was, like, their heart almost came out when he thought he caught that ball. Like, it was the Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? So, but that wasn't the case. We won that game, and it's over with. That's it.
So glad.
But
it's over.
I got a couple of questions, though.
Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? All right. The running back, this guy,
Tevin.
what's his name?
Tevin Cole.
Yeah, relax with him. Yeah, relax with him. Relax with him, because you know what? He throughout the season he did his thing, man. He did his thing, and you know the way that Kyle Shanahan is using him, I understand what people are talking about, but Kyle Shanahan's got to use him a little bit different. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, that's all I'm asking too. Stop.
Yeah,
put him out there.
Instead of going inside the tackles, use him outside. You know what I'm saying? Because he got the speed.
Yes,
he's got
good hands too.
Big too. Exactly, and you could use him in screen passes. I understand we really don't use so many. We don't use too many screen passes from running backs, but we need to start doing that too, man.
Exactly.
That
Take advantage of the linebackers. Exactly.
Exactly, and
you know what?
Weatherspoon. Yeah, go ahead, Ronbo.
I'm thinking what may happen, Rodney, is this. Kyle's not showing his hands. He's playing poker with the NFL. I got a feeling you're going to see TC rolling out in toward the middle to take advantage of a linebacker. I got a feeling you're going to see Matty Ice use that stretch. We're not using the stretch that much. What you see most are doing is just raw talent. Most don't need no scheme, nothing. Give me the ball. He's got way more talent than anybody knew about until this last year or so. So I think you're going to see TC out there more often.
And you cannot forget about Breda, bro. Breda, remember,
Matty
Breda
B
yesterday had some.
I know.
He had some good runs. And he almost broke one too.
Yeah.
You know, he's a big boy, man. He's a big dog, man. So you know what I'm saying? You gotta use Breda too a lot, man. You can't just they ain't use Breda too much. You know what I'm saying? Yesterday, and I was surprised. You know what I'm saying?
He gets. You know what though, Rick? I mean, Rodney. He gets hurt a lot, and maybe Kyle's trying to make sure he does not get hurt until the playoffs. It's the only reason it could be because Kyle will get all that kind of crazy mad over that fumble. It's got to be that.
But you know what? Playoffs. Well, you use all these three running backs in the playoffs.
Probably.
You have to, man. You have to because, and you know what, Kyle Shanahan, if he doesn't get Coach of the Year, fuck the NFL.
I know, right? I mean,
I swear to God, man.
Baltimore, that ain't coaching. Action Jackson's going to do what he does, whether that coach is there or not. Come on, man. Kyle should win this.
But you know what? Another thing too, Weatherspoon. You got eaten twice yesterday, and by the same person. You know, and he in the first one, all right, he was almost there. You know, he almost hit that ball, but the second one was just like it's like he gave up.
Yeah, and also, you know what's really worrisome around him because we got to go. But listen, thing is, his technique has fallen to somewhere. I don't understand what he's doing. He's getting beat on plays where he didn't read properly. These are fundamentals that he had down at the beginning of the season. I don't know what that. I wish I could sit in a room with that particular the DB room. I want to know if he's asking questions, if he's being coached. What is it? Well, you know, it's gonna be. We'll get into that later though, because we gotta go, fam. But appreciate you, Rodney. All right.
Hey, no doubt. You know what? Like my boy, that guy said, Kenny, is it? 13 and 3.
13 and 3.
We got Jimmy G.
Yeah.
Niners all day, baby. And hey, don't worry, because we all gonna be tough.
You know it.
San Francisco.
All right, fam.
You know that. All right, Ronbo.
Have a good night. And let's get over. Hey, Rick.
Yo, how you doing?
Rick, I'm 13 and 3. I can't be any way but absolutely fabulous. I'm feeling wonderful. As I said, I've even gotten over that bad call yesterday, which actually destroyed my celebration. I couldn't stop being hot about that. So, you know, today, hey, wow, I'm grateful. Hey, what are you thinking?
I about had an aneurysm. I was so upset on that call.
Oh.
And, I mean, that happens all the time. I mean, how many guys are upfield and they make a, you know, they're blocking, they're still playing after the whistle. And, I mean, to throw a game, and that's really what they were doing.
Yeah.
They would have done, right?
Yeah.
That would have literally, I mean, that could cost us going to the Super Bowl. It was that big of a, that big of a call. That was a,
right. 15 yards.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Oh. And that was a third down.
Here's a
second
stat.
down? Second down, yeah. Well, go ahead.
Yeah. So now I know we had the lateral. We kind of had a crazy play there against Atlanta. But if we had lost only by 1 point that game, that would have been a total of 7 points, right? We would have had a total of 7 points that we lost by in the entire season. That's got to be almost probably a 49er record. We probably got one now with only losing by a total of 15 points. And had we only lost by 7, that might have even been an NFL record.
It might have been. You're talking about that razzle-dazzle play that they didn't even have to do, and it failed anyway.
Yeah, but I mean, think about it. Go ahead.
No, if it comes down, when they start figuring out things at the end about who gets this or that, it would come down. If they look at that 49ers stat, obviously the 49ers win that stat, so yeah. But go ahead.
But, I mean, look, that's pretty impressive. I mean, the reality is we lost by a total. We lost 3 games by a total really of 7 points. And I know that, technically it's 15, but that's pretty impressive. Hey, just a couple other quick things here. A couple observations. No turnovers. I was surprised that
right.
There were no turnovers in that game. Super clean game.
That's right.
That's an impressive thing. The other thing that kind of has me worried here is about the Seahawks, and I just kind of want to point a couple things out. I think you probably know more than I do about football, so I'm just, I'm coming at this kind of from a rookie here perspective. But, this Homer guy, from my perspective, he surprised me. He was a lot better than I thought he was.
Yes.
I think he surprised probably the Seahawks fans. I don't think we knew how to game plan him. I mean, the guy could catch the ball, run the ball, and my concern, I don't want to say I'm too concerned, but I do have a concern, is I think they're going to beat the Eagles. And if you give Marshawn Lynch another 2 or 3 weeks,
I thought about that. He's going to fool around and get in shape, isn't he?
He is not. Yeah, that's right. And you get Marshawn and you get Homer, and
good one.
That wouldn't be a bad combination. And go ahead.
No, I'm agreeing.
Now the Seahawks, they've got this distribution, I don't know what theory, or I don't know what you call it, where they like to distribute the ball to as many players as they can. And you can't do that because a lot of guys are hurt. And I think that also could make them stronger. Now imagine if they got Homer, you got a Lynch that gets in shape, and now all of a sudden you've got the Lockett-Metcalf duo, and they just say, okay, we're just throwing to Metcalf, and we're just going to go to Lockett, who, by the way, I don't care who you are as a defender, if those guys are on point, they're going to be very hard to beat those 2 guys.
Yeah.
And then against us, of course, you're just going to line them up on the left side of the field, and
you know what?
do it. That's what they did with Julio Jones, right?
Maybe not. I don't. We're going to see what happens to Akello. We'll probably hear more about that during the week. But fam, we're going to have to go. And as a matter of fact, let's wait on that news. Maybe later, we may find out about that within the next 48 hours, actually. So anyway, you do have it.
All right.
Thanks,
Ronbo.
All right, fam. Thanks. Have a good night.
All right. Take care.
All right, you too. All right. Trez!
Hold up. Wait a minute, Rumbo. Find all the red and gold you can. And sprinkle it right
this is a
on
huge
in.
celebration. I mean, what we got? I was sitting there dealing with something else. One of the founding members of TNT, Trez. Let me sprinkle some more on here while you're coming in, man. This is like the day of days. We didn't see this. A lot of us saw this coming, Trez. Some of us even said 14-2. I thought that was outrageous. 13-3, I thought was fun but unreal. And then here I am talking 10-6. And I'm the fool. By the way, I want to apologize to anybody that remember me saying that. All right, Trez, go ahead.
Well, you remember I was saying too, Rumble. I was saying 10-6. We had to go 10-6 because there was a Kyle Shanahan prove it year. You remember I said I'm gonna stand by that. I said that was my prediction because I said it was a prove it year and we would make the playoffs probably as a wild card. That's what I thought. So I stand by what I said, and we end up being more successful than any of us ever imagined. Kenny hit it dead on the head. We give Kenny much props. He started the chant long time ago, 13-3, because we got Jimmy G. You know, much props to Kenny. But Rumbo, it's been real nice tonight, Rumbo. But this is what we call this night right here.
Cute and cuddly.
What is this?
This is Monday Night Raw.
Monday Night Raw.
Yes.
Monday Night Raw, Rumbo. Let me get some installments, Rumbo. I am not happy about some of the shit that I've seen. And we ain't gonna go no longer with this cute and cuddly stuff right here.
As we continue with Let Me Holler at You, Trez is on deck.
Let me start off with the officials. I don't understand what it is when we play the Seahawks, why they feel like they want to bring every game we play against these clowns down to the wire by helping these guys, get scores when it's obviously the offense is struggling and they help them along to get them going in the game. In the third quarter, Russell Wilson, that over the line of scrimmage through. Well, when me and you play football, when you when any part of your body crossed the line of scrimmage,
that's an infraction.
Considered over the line.
That's right.
You considered over the line. Now they saying that you can have a foot behind the line and you're not over the line. Why the hell they do that at? Why the hell they do that? And he threw a touchdown. And he threw a touchdown on that bullshit. And they didn't even review it. They did not even review that. I said, you got to be kidding me. What the fuck is going on in the NFL now?
And if Kyle threw a flag,
I really
they would have ignored it.
I really do not understand this NFL nowadays. You know, these referees and the bullshit, Garland, get a call blocking down the field. Whenever an offensive line being hit with a personal foul down the field. It's so much bullshit that goes on in Seattle with these referees. I am sick and tired of this fucking matchup because we got to play the ref and we got to play Russell Wilson and company.
And them screaming clowns in the stands.
Like. Right. That's what I don't like. That's what I don't like. Now, on to our team. Mitch Wiskowski. What the fuck was that when you kicked that ball off in the fourth quarter, that bowling ball, and gave him that type of field position and not kick the damn ball off all the way? Accident. It couldn't have been Ronbo. He bowling ball that ball.
But why would he do that?
He getting no hang. That's what I'm saying. You trying to keep it away out of town and lock it? Fuck it. Our defense special teams always played well. You know what I'm saying? You don't play that type of football at that time of the game. Kick the goddamn ball up. And matter of fact, kick it deep enough to where they don't even get a return. You know, damn it. The fuck was that?
I have no idea. He was shaking his head.
Hey, had to call his ass out too, Ronbo. And you know, Weatherspoon, you know you were my guy. You know me, Ronbo, that was my pick.
Say what?
And Solomon was my pick too.
Yeah.
But you know, I just don't understand. And right now, let me tell you something. Going forward, it needs to be Mosley because Weatherspoon has lost his confidence. Anytime a player loses their confidence,
they're not going to get it back anytime soon.
You know what I'm saying? They're not going to regain it back. It's not going to happen within a week or two. Kello he's at an all-time low right now. So And he's questioning. He's going to be questioning himself. He got to go out there and still do his job.
Yep.
But they need to go ahead and make the change. Okay.
Yeah, and pray Mosley doesn't get hurt, because you're right. Witherspoon has lost his confidence. He's second guessing. You got to work on instinct. Yeah. He's not applying that. There's so many things on Chris. I don't know what happened to his basics. Spoon is doing things that you do in Pop Warner. Spoon, look at what's going on in front of you and react.
It's kind of what you said, though. You hit it dead on the head. Dion hit it dead on the head. These guys don't backpedal anymore. They don't have any confidence in the way they turn their body and they adjust their hips. They don't do that anymore. Kello, once he started running backwards, he's lost.
Yep. And then all of a sudden he's chasing the man downfield.
If the ball is in the air, if the ball is in there, is it not in there, he don't know shit because he don't have any type of technique as far as in his technique in his backpedaling and then turning his hips. You know what I'm saying? He just don't have that.
Well,
and I wish they would just bring Dion in and have him do some
classes.
Type of camp with these guys.
Yeah. Trez, we're out of time.
But all right, Ronbo, look, shout out to the TNT fam, man. We know everybody, all us, man. We've had excellent points tonight, man. You know, we come in to turn it up, Ronbo.
Yeah,
but and look, for a lot of people's asking the question about Kyle and TC. Look here, man. It's kind of like warming up a fighter. It's kind of like warming up a fighter. You know what I'm saying, Ronbo? You know how you get in there, you want to warm him up a little bit. He just want to get the Seahawks moving a little right to the left, with TC. Then, he gets him a little winded, and then here comes Brader. And then when they're all the way winded, he finna hit him with Mostert. You see what I'm saying? I don't know we want to see Mostert in a lot more, but I think he's using them like that because he wants them good and winded, so they're going to be whipping when Mostert go running past him. You know what I'm saying? So
I know what you're saying.
That's what my thing is.
We got to stretch this out a little later in the week because we're not time. We got folks waiting late. All right, fam. But good, excellent point, though. I agree. I really do. I mentioned that earlier. All right. Okay, fam. Hey, Devon.
What's happening, man? What's going on, Ronbo?
Devon, man, we're reflecting on yesterday's game because it's like unbelievable to see us in the position we're in. It's not unbelievable, but it's kind of a shock.
I wanted to pass some positive vibes through all this negativity I'm hearing. Y'all killing me
Monday
with
night
the
is
refs.
nasty.
Y'all killing me with the refs. Y'all killing me with Witherspoon. Did somebody forget we was 13-3 and we got Jimmy G? Did y'all forget the 2-14? The what is that? 4-12? Come on now. We would have killed for this 3-4 years ago.
Yeah, last year.
Trust the process. Yes, everybody got their own opinion of what Salah should be doing and what Shanahan should be doing. This man got a player. Every time we get hurt, Shanahan and Salah throw in a player that makes a difference. Can't nobody tell me a fifth rounder named Greenlaw is going to have a play for the next 20 years. They're going to be showing that goal line stand against Seattle.
Yes, indeed.
And everybody pump your brakes. They ain't going to have the cheating referees with the no holding calls and the down-the-field offensive linemen calls in San Francisco when we play Seattle again.
I'm glad to hear that. So tired of that. My God.
Okay, and also they're going to call holding on that offensive line of Seattle because they was holding us all game long and nothing was getting called.
Yes.
So that whole game changes. So you throw that whole scenario into San Francisco, we got a week off with a rest. We're going to be ready to go. We're going to come with a game plan, and everybody's going to be able to relax because it ain't going to be a close game, but it ain't going to be a blowout either. We're going to beat them, and in the fourth quarter, we're going to be hollering, ooh, la, la, ooh, la, la, la.
Let me ask you one question on this, though. Do you think because it was a prime-time game, the game was built up to be huge, that the refs were instructed to let that holding go because they know the defensive line is going to go take Russell Wilson out if they ain't got that advantage? I don't believe in conspiracy theories, but good grief, that was just blatant.
Well, let me explain something to you. I believe that coach in Seattle is a cheating coach. He sends a tight end straight at the linebacker to make contact with the linebacker and him do a little hand tussling. They're expecting to get a penalty call. That was set up. That holding call, they know that they're not going to call it, so y'all just go ahead and grab them.
See?
That'll keep them from getting Russell all the game. Because we were supposed to have 3 or 4 sacks, and you could clearly see holding all game long.
And
so
shoving
pump
people
your
in the
brakes,
back.
everybody.
Oh.
Yeah, pump your brakes, everybody. We all right. We 13-3. We got home field advantage. And trust the process. This big deal about the running backs. First of all, everybody forget that one of them running backs was running 23 miles an hour down the field. Another running back had 4 touchdowns in one game. But all we want to talk about is the one who's hot right now. I love Mostert. But do y'all forget this dude has been on like 6-7 teams?
I know, but
and he is asking. He's asking to play special teams. That's not Salah. That's not the special teams coach. That's not Shanahan. This kid is asking to still play special teams even after he's killing them in the running back.
I heard about that. And they had to talk him into come on, be serious. He loves it.
Yeah. But see, Mostert is exactly what the last caller said. We got 3-headed monster as a running back team. I want Shanahan to keep his playbook turning, keep putting in them different running backs, so when Mostert's in there and he hit that hole, they not ready for him. That keeps the defense out. If you keep running one running back at him, they get used to seeing the way he runs. Yeah. They tackle better. If you keep rotating them, we got them beat.
There you go. And that's Shanahan's philosophy. Devon, great to hear from you.
Yeah.
We're gonna go out of time, but I tell you what, that's a good point. I'm starting to buy into that too. Rotate them running backs, keep them off balance.
Trust the process, Ronbo. This dude got us for 13-3. I'm gonna follow Shanahan and Lynch anywhere.
There you go. All right, fam.
All right,
Devon. Well, a rare country. Devon, he doesn't get a chance to talk to us all the time, but it does come in. It's always awesome. All right, Devon. Talk to you later.
All right. Have a good one, brother.
You too. Let's go check out Sharon.
Hello, Ronbo.
Hey, Sharon.
I told you that Cardinal being that Aquila was losing his confidence. I told you.
Oh, I tell you. This is like, and Jimmy G, Sharon, have you noticed how he's getting smooth as silk out there? I mean, for those who insisted.
Like Tom Brady.
Oh, he was slick. And some of those timing shots, throwing in between 2 and 3 guys, it was like that ball was going to nobody but who he threw it to.
My heart was beating so fast, and I gave Ronbo at the end. I had to get up and come in my room. I couldn't watch. I was so nervous.
That was crazy. I was on the other side of this building.
I had to watch on the TV.
Wasn't that difficult? And then all that, and then all that, the official comes up with that incredibly strange call. That's number 9. What's Garland's number? That's personal foul, 15 yards.
They should have, because Kyle did throw the flag, but nobody didn't even pay attention to it. Because Russell Wilson was behind line of scrimmage when he threw that pass. That pass would have came back.
Wait, did he throw the flag?
Yeah, nobody seen him.
I got to go back and watch that game again. Because you can't ignore flags unless you threw it too late.
Because he was behind the line of scrimmage when he threw that ball.
Oh, yeah. And the booth announcer was even talking about, no, I got to go see that game again.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. This is the thing, though. Sharon, anytime we play in Seattle, there's going to be something strange. Every single time.
When they were holding...
all day?
When they were holding... Yeah. It was... That call would have been against the Seahawks because they were holding us all through the game.
I mean, he had a chokehold on Armstead. It was so obvious.
Yeah,
the official had to call
him.
it. I said, come on, man. You guys are just now making that call.
That would have been that wouldn't have been 15 yards, all the way down to the goal line. That would have been like giving us the ball back.
So, that's okay. It didn't work, Sharon. That's the thing I love the most.
None of the plays that he did work because they were cheating. Mm-hmm. And I was like, so you guys have to go and hire Marshawn Lynch just to win this game. Oh, my God. We got one touchdown, and then that was it. You were seeing no more. Okay.
and the 5-yard fall. They 5-yard. They're running out of time, and they didn't call timeout, and they delay a game, ruined everything for them. I love it. So justice kind of took over, and they still failed on just bad play calling and everything else they were trying to do. So good.
Yeah, the rest was trying to give it to them, though. That's all it was. They were trying to take it away from us, but it didn't work.
So sooner or later, somebody's going to get a serious investigation going. I want the feds. I want everybody involved.
I believe that's going to happen. Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I just saw word on the internet that the officials failed or something like that, giving us those bad play calls. So I don't know what's going to happen there, but I just saw that pop up about that.
That's all right. It didn't work this year. And I think Wilson has a couple
more
seasons.
13-3, we're going in the playoffs, and that's all that matters. So.
That's right.
We got to think ahead of what we're going to play next, and hopefully it's on my birthday.
Watching football this week is going to be fun, Sharon. All right.
Yes, it is. I hope that the Eagles will beat the Seahawks.
It doesn't really matter. We can beat it.
I have another question too. Where do you get your jerseys from? Because I'm trying to find another jersey.
You know what? I've got about 2 or 3 places. Sharon, are you online? I can send you links. Are you on social media?
I have a Facebook. Yes.
All right. So, I'm gonna drop off of the fan page, the Ronbo Sports fan page. I'm gonna put like a couple links in there for you. Okay. And I'll address it to Sharon, SHRON, so you'll know it's you. All right?
Okay.
All right, and I can All right, Sharon. Have a great night.
All right, bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye. Hey, Alice.
Yo.
Alice.
Yo.
Yesterday we were overwhelmed with emotions. Now, Alice, today we're going to attempt to break down the game to see where we need to be worried and where we need to be excited. Now, Devon says we need to hush about all this. We're 13-3. He's got an excellent point. And then somebody said, before we say anything about Tevin Coleman, he's all part of a master plan. When they bring him in there, it's like setting people up and switch up on them all of a sudden. I don't know what to tell you about Akella Witherspoon. I am concerned, but you got your own thoughts on that. Go ahead, let us have it.
Well, where do we begin? I mean, clearly the production with Tevin Coleman has been minimal since that Panthers game. I don't know if it was an issue with the holes not being made. And sometimes, if you notice with the running backs, they will tend to even go down the hole that was not even meant to be open. Like it was just an opening will come about. And as they're going, trying to find the hole, they will hit one. It may not even be the hole that it was meant for. It just depends on what opens up. And then if the holes aren't open and he happens to go to the hole that he was that it was meant for him to hit and it's closed up, then he doesn't get any production. So if as a running back, you're hitting the hole, not really analyzing which is, where the opening and where the closures are, then you may not get that production. And maybe that Panthers game was just a game where our line was, was doing their job fully in giving those holes. But the running back also has the responsibility to hit the holes that are open. If that hole doesn't work, turn around. I mean, you've seen running backs hit different holes and be able to get production and get extra yardage and make the play themselves without it just being like, hey, y'all didn't make the hole, so I ran in the hole and I got tackled. Sometimes they'll bounce outside. They'll take it to a different hole. They'll find an alternative. But,
see, that's what your Le'Veon Bells, that's what your elite running backs do. Your next-level running backs, though, you look at Mostert, I don't know where they're going to rank him, but he has that ability. When you see him plant that foot and dart into a spot, I don't know if most running backs could have got through some of those crevices he finds a way to get to. He's that Gale Sayers spinoff. 6 inches of daylight, Mostert's out of here. I love when he hits that hole.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
I know. And he runs high enough to where if he needs to change his direction, he can move his hips. He's not like low with his shoulder pads down, just not even looking. He's actually really looking and studying the holes, which is what I was talking about. And there's the difference exactly. And he's extremely lightning fast. and he hits it hard, and he runs relentlessly. That's the benefits of Raheem Mostert over, sometimes the Tevin Campbell. But I keep saying Tevin.
I know.
Tevin Coleman. I saw that shit last night. I was laughing my ass off. I was like, no, I didn't hit him with the "Can we talk?" But yeah, we'll save that for another day. But yes, sir. No, he's still a really good running back. I hope that the door doesn't fully close on him. But we cannot get rid of a Raheem Mostert. We got to keep him. I don't know what's going to happen with Jared McKinnon. I'm really not looking to try to hold. I think we need to really figure. Hopefully, we got that figured out by the time the end of the year comes. We want Raheem Mostert.
Oh, he's staying.
I was really glad that we were able to offensively spread the ball around. The running was doing great. We had also got that big pass to Kyle Juszczyk up the sideline too.
That's one of them secret plays. Kyle dials those up when necessary, don't he? And the players do it. Execution, ooh, God, these guys are good. We're gonna see something next couple of games,
I like how we spread that ball around. If we can continue to do that, because we have all of these weapons, they're not gonna know what the hell to do. They're like, oh, they're not. They could pass it to Kittle. They could go to Juszczyk. They could go to Raheem. They could go to Debo. They could go to Emmanuel. I mean, there's no way they're going to be able to lock down everybody that we have. So if we can just find a way to start spreading that ball around, we're unstoppable, man. We really are unstoppable. Our defense played a hell of a game. There were some things that they were doing. They were letting them back in the game, but we still have them to thank for what they've been doing all of this year. And I was telling you that depth. I'm telling you that depth that we have in these positions.
Ellis, we're out of time, Ellis. Keep that thought though.
It's all good.
And we'll get back. We'll revisit that. All right. Good stuff.
Okay. When we back again.
You know what? I'm gonna probably within the next 2 days. I've got to figure out here my schedule so I can get back in here. All right. But I'll keep you alerted though.
Okay, right? Champ. Okay, right, fam. Shout out to the Niner Empire, Ronbo. Shout out to you, man. Go Niners. We all the way.
Thanks, fam. Every night, Ellis. Yeah, it's so fun to talk about the 49ers. I wish we could spend 20 minutes with everybody, but it runs out of time on us. Hey, Big Steve. Hey, Steve,
what's up,
was that a fork falling into a plate? Were you eating?
I'm always eating.
Steve! Hey, Steve. So, what were as you were watching the game, now that we've, gotten over the joy, not gotten over the joy, but now that we're looking at the game introspectively, what did you see in that game that you were really impressed with, and some of the things that concern you maybe, as far as run defense, offense, everything? What are you thinking?
What a great question. Because there's so much that I was happy about. There's so much that impressed me about last night's game, man. All around. Because Robbie Gould I was going to say offense, defense, and special teams, but I was like, special teams didn't really do much. But Robbie Gould did hit 2 field goals, so everything came together last night. The offense was rolling, defense, special teams. It was just a great performance all the way around. How about that play, that trick play, the Debo, where he came out from the right side?
Oh, I just love
in the backfield. That toss from Jimmy to Debo, it was so quick. I was showing somebody today. I said, look at this play real quick.
It confused
you didn't even see
the
that.
defense when you do it quickly. That was executed perfectly, Big Steve.
Oh, it was perfect.
Oh.
Perfect.
And the way they did it, Jimmy turned around like he didn't do anything. Next thing you know, there goes Debo. I said, oh, look at that. So,
man, I'm
loving what I'm seeing.
So proud of Jimmy, man. He's really come into his own in this game.
He is.
You can see it. You can see it, man. The way he sells, and now he's doing a lot better with looking off the defenders and everything. This team is just rolling, dude. If we get Quan Alexander back for the NFC Championship game, oh my goodness.
D4,
can you imagine going if we end up against the Ravens in the Super Bowl and we got Quan and Fred Warner back there, whew.
See, it may be time for Action Jackson to stop running.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm thinking.
Hey, his career, he's only got 5 years to run like that anyway, okay? This is what people don't understand. If he's not going to orchestrate from the pocket, he's going to slow down at some point and within the next few years. So,
Hey, anything can happen. But here's something a lot of people are not talking about is how awesome Joe Staley was last night.
Talk about it.
Clowney wasn't getting the better of him last night. Oh, my goodness. He was a beast.
He was a beast. I'm so glad, man, because all of that talk about how Clowney got the best of him and pretty much handled him last game, and that was not the case last night. Man, what a great performance by Staley.
And Steve, you know what's burning me up? I'm getting people on Twitter trying to, well, you know, he does have a sports. Hey, wait a minute, excuse me. Last game, Joe had getting over a fibula break, and he broke his finger in the first quarter. So excuse me if I don't have any sympathy for Mr. Clowney's sports hernia. I mean, come on. I mean, it's even up.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they're going to say everything, just like they're talking about the pass interference call on, or I should say the lack of the pass interference call on Warner. I mean, you had a good point, though, because I heard what you were saying earlier and when you were talking before you had the call.
Both grabbing each other?
Talking about, yeah, because then I went back and I looked and said, really, though, you could call that offensive pass interference,
just as easily.
You know, so, I mean, I think it was just that the ref was like, you know what, it could have gone either way. Let's just let the game play out, which I'm glad they did because, man,
That's
Dre
a good
Greenlaw
no-call.
with that play at the end.
That's right.
Oh, my goodness.
Good no call. Don't get involved with that anyway. Since both of them are in infraction, either way you throw that flag, you're going to piss off thousands because you're not going to be right on either call. So just leave it alone. Good call. Good no call. Yeah.
Absolutely. And Dre Greenlaw deserves that game ball, man. We
Yeah.
wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him.
It's so true. Big Steve.
What a
Hey, Big Steve.
spectacular game, dude.
We're gonna have to continue later on the week, all right? Great stuff as usual. All right.
Absolutely, Ronbo. Hey, Ronbo, thanks for everything you do, brother. I appreciate, having a
it's
platform.
a pleasure.
I always
Thanks,
think
man.
about calling Ronbo Sports every time we win a big one.
And you'll all be hanging out waiting on you too, Big Steve. Thanks,
for
man.
sure. Ronbo, give me a shout out, brother.
Oh, yeah. That's for Big Steve. Good night.
Yes, sir.
Good night,
Victory
Steve.
Monday. It feels so good, man. Take care, Ronbo.
You too, fam. And we're going to check out Ed.
Ronbo. Finally.
Yeah.
Been wet here for a while.
You remind me of Trey with that. And go ahead and say, and I do mean finally.
Right.
Ed, so like tonight, we're breaking it down and looking at it from a football perspective rather than an emotional point. Where are you as far as how the performance of this game went? Did you see some things that you really appreciate, some things are you concerned about going forward? What are you thinking here?
Offensively, I mean, we're rolling. This team, and we haven't seen everything yet. I mean, this team is just definitely on par with everything. Jimmy G's going to do his thing. Just quite amazing, just looking at it. And he's kind of like, he's just rolling. Really not much more to say other than that. I will point out, and this is extremely frustrating every time we play Seattle. And of course, you know this. Everyone's been talking about it.
Yeah.
But these refs, this stuff has got to stop.
And it's not a coincidence. They show up every game. Every game, they show up. The same idiots, or wherever they come from, that same room, same strange calls every game.
It's almost like, they're trying to help out Vegas. I don't know. It drives me out. We had a 3-point favorite, so maybe,
It didn't work.
It's not far-fetched. The NBA refs,
That's why I stopped.
They admitted.
That's why I stopped watching NBA.
Yeah. It makes you wonder. So I have a proposal.
What's that? Go ahead.
Maybe, and this, of course, wouldn't include for the regular season, but I think in the playoffs, I don't know if you've been to jury duty, but like in New York,
got out of it.
When you're required to go to jury duty, the defense and the plaintiffs, they have the opportunity
to interview,
to select the juries. And I think that the process would be the same. None of this crap would ever happen because
wouldn't it be nice?
Say, well, this guy's kind of favorited me, or this team, or this ref did not favorite me. I want to select, and you have the opportunity to shut that down if you're on this side.
See,
a lot to do,
it would take a long time, though. They should do it in the playoffs, though, but the process would take so long for both teams to agree on the refs. It'd be like a month-long process.
The regular season would be out of the question, right? Because, they absolutely need to make a living. But I think for the playoffs,
I think that would be spot on because none of this crap would ever happen.
Ed, they do actually. There is a pecking order based on your performance throughout the season. Yeah, that they do appoint referees for the playoffs and the Super Bowl, of course. So there's some referees will never smell the dirt of one playoff game this year. So we do have that in our favor.
I hope not. Yeah. Not one ref. But I do have. I'll try to be quick with this. I know we got to go wrap this up soon. 3 things I wanted to point out, which. The first one, Raheem Mostert. Let me tell you something about this guy. Stand-up individual. He does his thing, scores the touchdowns, or what does he do? He has his offensive lineman, he gives them the ball, and asks them to spike it. I mean,
that's
yes,
right.
Okay,
he does do that.
Maybe some people look at it. He did it for Tomlinson, and he did it for Staley. So, I mean, this is a guy, is a stand-up guy. I look at him like, you know what? That's what you call team building. That's what you call hey, it's not just me. It's you guys too.
Mm-hmm.
You opened up for me to score these touchdowns.
That's a great point.
And I kind of
There's no divitude in him. He's a blue collar guy.
What's that?
There's no divitude in him. He's a blue collar guy, and he just happens to be good. So you're right. I like that. I never pay that attention.
All-around player, awesome guy to have on your team.
Agreed.
Second thing I wanted to point out.
Real quick.
Drake,
about 30 seconds. Go ahead.
Yeah. Drake
right
if that play in Atlanta the other week before, where I think Julio scored on the goal line.
Right.
I think Ray would maybe not have made this play on Sunday. The reason why is he actually said in an interview that he watched the tape and I can't remember who covered him, but that person hit him low, and he was told you can hit the guy high.
Yes,
hit him high, prevents him from stretching or leaning over. And sure enough, if that play I guess didn't happen in Atlanta or against Atlanta,
it was Atlanta.
This play maybe would not have. We would probably not have. We wouldn't be talking about we got
winning. Yeah, we'd be on our way to the Eagles. And we really got to go. But I tell you what, we'll look for you later on in the week because we'll be able to talk a lot since we got no game coming up. All right.
No worries. It was about Witherspoon, but we already know about that.
Let's get into Witherspoon later. And let's see what develops between now and then, because we may hear something about Witherspoon. Maybe they'll say he's hurt or something, or he's lost his job, and because they're going to say something that everybody wants to find out about anyway. All right, Ed. I'll see you later in the week.
Right. You have a good night and Happy New Year.
Hey, right. Happy New Year. Night, Ed.
This year.
Exactly. All right. Let's roll on over to Jay.
Ronbo.
Jay.
Ooh la la, la la, ooh la la.
It's my favorite song.
Oh yeah, feeling good right now.
God. Well, Jay, as I said, we're breaking it down tonight. After we got through hooping and hollering and singing ooh la la, we just didn't even think about the game except for the referees. But Jay, look at that game for all the X's and O's and everything else. Kyle Shanahan's performance, his play calling, the defensive setups and alignments and everything. Have we got anything to be concerned about? Is this team going to be Super Bowl worthy? Well, just take it from last night's sample.
Only couple of things I'm concerned about, like Kyle Shanahan, when it comes to that fourth quarter, he's scared. He played too safe sometimes.
Yeah.
If he went forward on that 4th and 1 earlier in the fourth quarter, we might have been able to milk the clock. Not even came down to that last play.
We did have a 4th and 1 situation, didn't we? What did we do? Did we kick?
Yeah. We punted it right back to him. That's when they had that last drive. That's what I'm saying.
Was that only 1 yard?
Yeah, Kyle, he getting too conservative. That's the only thing I don't like. He need to put a little bit more ball. He need to pick his balls back up.
And you know what? We've done good with 4th downs this year, too, even longer distances, 1 yard. I forgot about that play. But we're actually got a good percentage with that, so we probably should have. When you got the offensive lineman that the 49ers have, actually with Weston Richburg, it's a little more safer. Maybe he felt a little uncomfortable with Ben Garland, but could have tried a pass play, but those were risky. I don't know. 4th down situations are that short.
run them outside zone.
And yeah,
that's the killer play right there with Mustard. You know what I mean?
And stretch him out and just fall forward. Or just go to Kittle and let him crash that line. And because he's good at that too. So
you can get 1 yard off of that outside zone. And that's another thing, like a couple of them callers was saying though, that having these three-headed backs, coming out with Tevin Coleman and Breeder later on, it helps Mostert. So when he get in the game, they not used to his running.
Yeah, I know. That's got to be it.
And he fresh.
And then there's that too.
Yeah, he never started a whole season. He never played running back, full time a whole season. So, keeping him off balance.
He did a good job on special teams yesterday as well. So most of it is just dude is a machine.
Oh yeah, that's what he do. That's how he got his name for is in special teams. And then you look at these other teams that got one running back. Just one running back. Look how wore down they are.
Oh, yeah.
About this time of the year.
And they're getting paid grand theft though. And matter of fact, that's a good point. How much money does Zeke Elliott get? And then you count how much money all four of our running backs get. I mean, if you take Jerick McKinnon out of the equation, we got a bargain.
And we still got Raheem Mostert for 2 more years. He just signed a 3-year deal in the all season.
They got to renew Matty B at the end of the season. Yeah.
Yeah, Matty B. And then we got Coleman for 1 more.
Yeah.
He's restricted.
He is restricted. Yeah, so we got him. And Jerick McKinnon.
We got a chance to match anything.
Yeah, and Jerick McKinnon, they're not going to give up on McKinnon until they've already paid him too much money, right? People say, get rid of McKinnon. You don't understand. The 49ers have put way too much money in that man's account to just say goodbye. He got to come out here and show us something. That's what I'm thinking. Jerick McKinnon's
I don't know, though, because like I was saying last time, we could save, almost $3 million by cutting them. And, sometimes you got to, we got live other people we got to re-sign.
True.
Yeah, we got to re-sign a lot of other people. So it might not be worth it money-wise to keep them on the team.
And that may be a decision they make, too.
Running back.
Because I'd rather keep Eric Armstead and Jimmy Ward. But I'm curious about what McKinnon would look like. But we'll see what happens with that. Man, we got to roll. I'm going to tell you what, I'll be back later on in the week, and we'll get back on this. And in the meantime, give you that Happy New Year.
Already. Happy New Year to yourself, Ronbo.
Thanks,
and have a blessed day.
You too.
I'm going to call this out.
Excellent work. Excellent.
Alrighty.
Have a good night, fam.
You do the same.
Let's roll on over here. Hey, Daryl. Daryl.
Yo.
Daryl. Well, Daryl, it's breakdown night. It's Monday Night Raw. Talk about the things you love, people you want to get rid of or hate. It's so funny, Daryl, because Monday Night Raw loses its whole point during seasons like this. I mean, years in past, the only reason Monday Night Raw existed was because we were mad as hell every Monday. But I don't know. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking, like other callers were saying earlier, about, Tevin Coleman and all that. Yeah. Like, why is he, starting and stuff? I mean, to me, Tevin Coleman's, he's not a main workhorse type of back. He's more for the the screens and, catching, on if he's running routes or something.
That's what I thought. He'd be so more effective.
That's really his play style, if you look at it. Even at his times in when he was playing with Atlanta.
Right, runs good routes, got great hands. Kyle refuses to use him in that way, though. I don't understand.
Yeah, but the way it looks, Mostert is the main guy. Like, Mostert, ever since, when he broke out, to me, in the beginning, how when we knew that this run game was getting going was that Monday night game last year against Green Bay. That's when the running game really opened up, and that's when Mostert, came out of nowhere. They're like, who's this guy? Who's this Mostert guy? And then from there on, we knew that we have some sets of, backs. And that's where the running game really got started from there.
And like you're saying, Mostert was the reserve guy. I mean, it was Matty B's show. And who else do we have besides Matty? Well, I guess Mostert, there was one more, it seems. But both of them went
Jeff
down.
Wilson?
Not Wilson. He was on the practice squad. Hey, who? No, I guess Mostert came on kind of quickly because McKinnon was in the laid up. So it's supposed to be McKinnon, Breda, and then, of course, Mostert will have the talent. Wow. Good thing we got Mostert is what I'm saying. God. Because Matty B got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. The thing, too, about Matty B. I wonder, I'm pretty sure that Kyle's like saving him more, for the playoffs right now.
I think so.
Because he wasn't. I think so because, we understand that he's a little injured prone sometimes, but I think right now he's fresh because he hasn't really been taking as many snaps.
Yeah.
But last night that you wanted to talk about definition of beast mode when the way he was fighting, when he did that run.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Marshawn Lynch didn't do that last night.
That was not Marshawn Lynch. I don't know who that was, but that was not beast mode.
Yeah. They're like, wait, who's this guy? They're like, and the fans would be like, wait, beast mode's not on the field. Damn, that was a beast mode type of play right there, man.
Yeah, they tackled him so easy. He had one run. I think he got 12 yards.
Yeah, I think on our predictions the other day, we all predicted he's just going to get probably one touchdown on the goal line, which was,
and he
leaped over. He did, so not like he took off like 30, 40 yards or something. That's different. But, nope, just give me handoff. And even those two good runs he had was just cutting to the outside. He wasn't going into beast mode. I mean, anybody can hit a hole.
Yeah.
A decent running back can hit a hole and take off like that.
Sure.
That was just scheme. That was his own scheme, and not like it was all on his own because he's playing in a different type of offense.
He probably doesn't. It's probably a similar offense, but some of the verbiage has changed. Some of the movement has changed, probably just somewhat. So, they thought they'd bring him back in and let him teach things like that. But quite frankly, beast mode was done year before last. The Raiders did not bring him back for no reason. His time is up.
Mm-hmm. But I know we got to keep it short, but we're just glad that we got a bye week and stuff. In the home field. This bye is much needed for sure, much needed. And man, I'm telling you, getting D4 back and then Jaquaski back, oh man, it's gonna be so huge. And not only that, I believe that it's a brand new season. Obviously, the record now is 0-0 because it's the playoffs.
Yes.
Time to hit the reset button, and I'm pretty sure this bye week's gonna help. Huge on the defensive side because I really hope that this defense is going to look like that defense we've seen in the beginning of the season. They're just going to raise hell and stuff. They're going to be rested and really focused. To make this run.
If you got Ford, it's back to the mad rush. All right, Daryl. Daryl, look for you later in the week. Okay.
All right, Ronbo. Happy New Year, man.
Hey, Happy New Year. Exactly. Oh, God. And what a happy New Year it is. Hey, Eli. Deshaun.
What's up, Ronbo?
Deshaun. Sit back here, man. We're all contemplating how good are we. Judging from yesterday, are we ready to rock and roll through the playoffs on into that big game where to be interviewing people all week long and saying things like, Deebo Samuel, you came in here looking like a rookie and you're ending the season looking like a vet. What's up with that? Deshaun, I'm telling you, man, I'm proud of this team. What are you thinking?
Oh, I'm proud of him too because I didn't expect him, man, to brush out like that. I was expecting Dante Pettis and Marquise Goodwin.
Agreed.
Kids are born to do their thing. But some man from South Carolina, they Samuel.
Have they developed him or what? He's snatching that ball now in stride. Him and Jimmy G are in sync. Deebo says, I'm not going. You see that spin move he put yesterday? What? What? Deebo, what you doing? Boom.
Yeah, that's that set the tone. Even Jay Rice had to make a video yesterday on this game. I was like, man, it's not much.
Jerry says Debo and George Kittle are one and the same. Just one of them's bigger than the other one. Boy, God.
Man, I was telling these Raider fans, they were saying that Darren Waller is the best tight end. I said, man, you better look again.
What? Oh.
Man, they said Darren Waller is the best. It's the best tight end in the NFL. I said, no.
Wait, whoa.
Come on.
Where are they telling this? Are they on the social media telling this?
I don't know. But I
them?
told them ain't nobody tackling George Kittle.
Oh. Because I was to say, if you're on Twitter and please tag me. I want some of that. Oh no, Raider fans, don't start it. You know, they just never understand. Always talking out of turn. Ain't no tight end in Oakland better than George Kittle. Oh no. Okay.
No.
But anyway,
I don't think anybody's other than Travis Kelce. That's the only guy that could probably
compete with George.
Go to the level, but ain't nobody better than George Kittle. I'm just George Kittle. When he came out of Iowa, I said, man, this guy's gonna be great. If you give him more time, he's gonna be great. Right? He's catching the ball. He's doing his routes, and he's concentrating, and
he blocks. And wait, he has dual functions. He does them both just as well. George Kittle is part of that run game. See, Travis Kelce's okay in that aspect, but he ain't better than George. So, when you talk about versatility and diversity and high skills at each level, man, George and Travis ain't on the same level, and ain't nobody in Oakland anywhere near George Kittle's level. They need to stop that right now.
No, because him and Kyle Juszczyk was a big part of Debo Samuels getting open, getting up in that sideline, making that twist turn to the end zone. So
that's all.
I think that's man, these guys are unbelievable.
And they hit a man is hit. Boy, get out the way. We're running this road grading team down through here. You in the way, get out of the street, and here comes the running back. Man, it's gonna get better next year too. You know what I'm saying? This is the first year of full installment.
Oh man, with Jenna Hurd, Trent Taylor come back.
And that's what he likes to do. God, I wish we could have had him this year.
You know, Ronbo, that wide receiver from Oklahoma State. Oh man, take a look at that wide. He can fit this Kyle Shanahan off, man. That guy is reserved, man. You take a look at that wide receiver from Oklahoma State.
I got to do that.
Is bad.
I got to do that. And I think Big Show sent me somebody from LSU. Has LSU got a dynamite wide receiver?
Oh, I didn't look at LSU this year, but I know Alabama had Joey Judy. He's pretty good.
Oh, no, that's the name. That's the name Show was talking about. There's another guy wearing LSU colors, though. Anyway, we got to talk about that later on. So, fam, we got to go now. Let me see you later on in the week, huh?
No problem, Ronbo. And have a good, happy New Year's.
Yes, indeed. Happy New Year.
Niners.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. All right.
And I see the area code is 406 in Montana. Hello.
Hey, Ronbo.
Yeah. Hey, what's your name?
It's 49er Brian Duncan. What's up?
49er Brian Duncan. Well, as soon as I seen Montana, I was thinking, who do I remember from Montana? The one and only person I know from Montana. Brian, how you doing?
What's up? we are the kings of the West, my man. Kings of the West.
It took so long to get back here, you know?
Oh, my God.
5 years.
94. 94. We haven't won since 94. Super Bowl. Are you kidding me?
Oh, I mean, been
relevant since... We are freaking due.
Yes. It's time. We're overdue. Way overdue.
Oh, my God. We're overdue like the Cubs were. The Boston, Boston.
Brian, wait, whoa, too far.
Oh, my God.
The Cubs go back before there was light. That's too far back. We're not that bad.
Well, I'm telling you, I'm a huge Niner fan. I've been a Niner fan since I was a baby, and we are overdue for a Super Bowl. And there's nothing worse than watching these sea turkey fans just and their team just destroy us these last 8 years. I mean, I almost started crying when I saw Joe Staley crying.
That was a choking up moment, wasn't it?
I felt that man's pain, because it just and is Joe Staley not the last guy from pretty much the Harbaugh era, right? Am I wrong?
Joe mentioned that the other day, and I think he is the last guy.
Yeah, and
Jimmy Ward.
he's got to be just like, we got to win a Super Bowl for him. I mean, and then he can retire and we can get another lineman. I mean, he's not getting any younger,
Nah, Joe's on his last couple of years.
I kind of feel bad too. Oh, sorry, Ronbo. I don't mean to interrupt.
No,
but I
I'm
feel
listening.
bad too because I was hating on Joe Staley like a few weeks ago about Clowney just beating him up,
Yeah.
And I honestly feel like he stepped it up big time yesterday. I game ball to Joe Staley yesterday. I mean, he was getting smacked around too. I watched a couple plays and Clowney was trying to get around him and Joe was like, "No, you ain't doing this shit again to me."
Joe was like a rock, a moving rock the whole game.
Wow.
And Brian,
I looked at.
Brian, I just want to say one thing on Joe Staley's behalf, though. Remember, he was the fibula. He wasn't fully over that, as they revealed later.
Exactly.
And also had a broken finger in the very first quarter.
Yeah, he broke his dang finger in that game and stayed and played still.
And I wish he would have went and told the coach, I can't help us. Let me sit down. Players got to learn to do that. Don't cost us the game.
They do.
Yeah, get school or brook school in
but
there.
they have. Their adrenaline's going. They got so much pride. They don't want to get out of the game. I know how it is. I mean, I used to play football, and you don't want to look like a puss either,
And the term "suck it up," where's that come from? Football, of course.
My grandpa.
Exactly. And the thing is, you got to be careful because the thing is, you can cause serious injury that takes you out for weeks and weeks. But you don't care when you're out there playing. All you want is to get revenge on the next guy that comes at you.
Well, I not that I'm a Cowboys fan, but I had flashes when the owner of the Cowboys or not Cowboys, but Broncos was like, we need this one for Horseface, whatever, from the quarterback. John Elway.
Oh, John Elway. Horseface.
The bucktooth, horse teeth, whatever they call them back in the day. Sorry, I'm just mean.
Elway's got to be the worst judge of quarterbacks in the world to be a quarterback, too. He can't find a quarterback to save his life. So, although he's got a kid in there now, it's not too bad.
I really feel like we should win this for Joe, and then he can go out and out in the sunset and be on the beach and retire, I think that'd be cool.
So good. You talk about a big man out there sobbing his brains out. If we get in the Super Bowl and win, they're going to have to sedate Joe. I love it, man. I love that guy.
Oh my God,
that's gonna be hilarious.
Can you imagine we got 2 more games to win, and if that man gets in the Super Bowl and we win the Super Bowl, how cool of a story would that be?
It
just think
could
about
not be compared to any story you've ever heard or read in your life. So
no, and how funny? Do you ever watch his little shows he does on the side? He's hilarious.
The Joe Show. I mean, Brian. Brian, we got to go though. Listen, Brian. It's great to hear from you. We got to cut it up here, though. But let's see you.
Thank you so much
to talk.
Thank you so much for what you do. It's
Brian.
a pleasure calling in the first time. You're the man. You got the best smile in the business. I don't know what you do with those teeth, but they're pearly white as heck, and I love it.
Thanks, Brian.
And
Don't
it's
make
just
me blush.
a pleasure seeing you every time.
Thanks, Brian.
Well, you take care, sir.
You too. Have a good night, Brian.
You too. Bye.
She said, I remember Brian on Facebook. Hey, there he is. Oh, Night Hawk.
Hey, what's up?
That's a very interesting sound. And I'm starting to... What is that sound?
What's up?
I'm saying... Night Hawk!
Yeah.
What, have you got something on? A speaker or anything?
Nope. Everything is off.
Well, in that case, tonight, Night Hawk, we want you to tell us what is good and bad about our pass defense and our run defense and offense. But Night Hawk, in other words, are we going to be okay? Do you see anything that needs to be fixed before we go into the playoffs?
Well, I'm okay with everything because they did good. Because I like that play. I cannot forget that play. What he did at the goal line. What's his name?
Dre.
He stopped
Dre Greenlaw. You mean we stopped?
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
him, man. He did his job, man. He just stopped him from going to the end zone.
And I mean, that was, now, you know how seriously that play was? Dre, whatever they're paying Dre Greenlaw, they need to call him in the back room and tell him you have got a massive bonus coming for that play alone, okay? Keep it to yourself and look for it next week. Man, I'm talking $1 million for that play alone. Woo! Chad!
I'm going to give him an A+.
God.
He's going to get an A+ from me because he just that's a big stop he did.
Oh, we had to have it, Nighthawk. See, that's the kind of players we got. Nighthawk, that's why when the 49ers, they interview players and examine their character. You see, everybody cannot be a 49er. Nobody should question this in the future, Nighthawk. When people start crying about, we should have got him. What's John Lynch doing? Get that play. No. If John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan don't want him, there's probably a good reason. See, we got to have faith in these guys because Lynch and Shanahan know what they're doing. Nighthawk, we need to keep them for the next 10 years, no matter what it costs. Just keep them in Santa Clara running that San Francisco 49ers
Man, I saw my
team.
Sean Lynch last night. I said, he's not scary. He didn't do shit.
Who? Oh, Marshawn.
But Sean Lynch, the one, he didn't do shit. He's a sorry. He's not all that like he used to be. He is not that. He is not all that.
You do it.
We stomped the shit out of the Seahawks.
33 years old and ain't played in over 14 months. Had a back surgery. He was laid up for a while. Marshawn and running behind that offensive line, which for some reason got away with murder last night, it was risky for him to go out there busting out with beast mode moves. Fooling around, end up back in the hospital. You know, you got a bad back, you better take it easy. So.
Yeah, when I saw him play, I said, I'm scared of him. What the
I know. Yeah. Me and you both. I was worried about it. I didn't know what to expect. I'm going to tell you the truth. I didn't know, Marshawn's a little bit crazy. I thought he was going to, stick himself up with some drugs before the game started and then come out there looking crazy. He didn't. He came out there. And but don't make no mistake. I got to tell you, though, Nighthawk, I love Beast Mode. Dude's one of my favorite people. I just didn't want to see him come out there and run over my team, which I love more.
But you know what? I gotta give the defense. I'm gonna give the defense, offense A+.
Yeah. All right. They got it coming. We got to do some about a pass defense though. They didn't do really as well as they should have, but that may have something to do with our pass rush. Nighthawk D Ford will be back in a couple of weeks. Kwaski T will be back in a couple
and then,
of weeks.
You know what? And then we're going to get Alexandria back
too. If we get Quan, Kwaski, and D, I'm almost ready to promise us a Super Bowl bid.
And you know what? You can bring Seahawks again, and we will kick their asses again.
Yeah, and you know what? It'll be easier next time now that I think about it, Nighthawk. They got guys it's like a mass unit. They got dudes all over the hospital room now.
I'm sorry, we can beat anybody now. We can beat any stupid team who's out there.
And
you know what? Green Bay, fuck the Green Bay. Saints, fuck them.
I worry about them.
Seahawks, fuck them.
You know what's in the Nighthawk? If we play the Seahawks 3 times this year and beat them 2 out of 3 times, it'd be like a baseball miniseries. Beat them 2 out of 3 times, it says we are the superior team. Game over. Don't even talk about it.
Before I go, man. Before I go, we did win, but they keep on saying that Seahawks is better. I said, come on, how much time we beat the Saints. We beat Seahawks in Green Bay. So what do we have to prove to you?
You ain't got to prove nothing. Now, tell them to go right. You tell them where to go, okay? Hey, now I'm going to give you a shout out. Are you ready?
Yes.
For the Nighthawk.
Yeah, before I go, hit that like. Nighthawk is out, and I'm Kenny as the man.
There you go.
I'm out.
Happy New Year, Nighthawk.
You too.
KC. Hey, all right, Nighthawk. And KC.
Yo, what's shaking, Ronbo? I'm getting my headphones in here. Just finishing up dinner. Having some, some sea chicken.
Did you put you barbecue it or you just slow cook it? Was it good?
Oh, Ronbo, I'm just playing. You know I'm vegetarian.
Are you really? That's a good thing. You can actually have any vegetable dish shaped like a Seahawk and put Russell Wilson's face on it. That could kill your appetite, but still.
Yeah, that definitely would kill my appetite. Smug bastard.
I know. Just see him getting up there. I was watching part of his press conference. They really
He's just happy to be here, Ronbo.
I tell you, they're an arrogant bunch. So tired of them.
Yeah.
And he's got that.
With
the way he talks, he's so cheesy when he talks. Oh. But I'm sorry. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Casey.
it is, isn't it, man? I can't stand the bastard, man.
I know. He said, "Oh God."
Every time the pressure last night, it was like, get him.
I know. I mean, we've been doing that for years. And we don't want him just to hit him, mangle him up. Gosh,
Yeah,
maim,
that's why Joe shed a tear last night, man.
I know. As
Oh,
Joe's
my
feeling
God.
it.
Yeah,
Emotional
man.
game.
Ronbo, I was born in '91, man. I'm so happy I get to see the Niners at 13-3, man. I'm pretty sure I was flying after the game.
Yeah, you were too young for Steve Young. You couldn't even appreciate. You couldn't even enjoy that. Well, you may have been able to.
Well, I do remember. I do remember the catch with Owens. I remember the Niners with Jerry Rice on their last game. But yeah, man, I've never seen 13-3, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, Harbaugh's first year was 13-3, right?
Yeah. I thought he might have been 13, right?
Yeah, they won 13 games with.
Did they really get 13?
Yeah, Alex Smith. Yeah, they won 13 games. And the next year they started falling.
I don't remember that.
I know.
I take a lot of over-the-counter drugs, Ron. I'll tell you right now.
They can be toxic too. You got to be careful with that stuff. And stay away from those cough medicines. Those are the worst. But
yeah, man, dangerous.
This team may be the more complete team. People get mad. They want to argue about Harbaugh's teams, and they were good teams. But I don't know if this team's not full strength. This team may be a little better.
I think so, without a doubt, especially after last night.
Mm-hmm.
What am I going to say about Kyle, man? People talk about Kyle.
He's amazing.
Guy just had juice with a 49-yard receiving average yesterday, Ronbo.
See, and that's what I mean when I say diversity on the offense. That's better than Harbaugh's team. They did not have the kind of diversity this offensive team has. These guys can score for 4 quarters. Remember how we used to score in the first half and couldn't score in the second half with Harbaugh's teams?
That
was very strange.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
It was like get to the red zone and just get a field goal.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I didn't. My car broke down yesterday in Tahoe. I live in Reno, so I missed the first half. But I got home and Jimmy was 10 of 11. So I was like, okay. And I didn't see that pass interference call. And I'm glad I didn't see that.
No, you do need to go see it and make a call on that because I'm sick of Hawks fans running around crying about that. That's not a good.
Yeah,
I mean, what he did was what Pete probably taught him that. The tight end goes out, he almost chips the defender, then he grabs him, and now, of course, Warner's going to grab back, get him off, get off me, right? Or I'm going to stick with you, and they're talking about PI. Guys, that's not a PI, and the refs were right not to make any call on that. If anything, he could call it on the offense. So.
Well, you know what, Ronbo? I'm a poker player, and I see your pass interference call, and I raise you for line of scrimmage touchdown with Russ Wilson. What the hell was that, man? 2 yards after,
that's
in front of the line of scrimmage, man.
That was man.
I don't
that
want
was
to hear
coaching.
any of this pass interference stuff, man.
It was a coaching stupidity moment. In case we're out of time, though, we're gonna have to roll. And see you later on in the week if you get time, huh?
Yeah, sounds good. Ronbo, thank you
And
so
Happy
much
New
for
Year.
making this the greatest regular season, man. Take care, Ronbo.
Thanks, man. Have a good night. And let's go get Aaron.
Ronbo.
Aaron.
How you doing, sir?
Oh, Aaron, winning is something that, even if I had a cold, as bad as I hate colds, I'm legendary for hating a cold. I'd rather be shot. But,
I love the cold myself.
No, I mean the virus. I'm not talking about cold weather. I mean the virus.
Like,
I
okay,
can't.
okay.
I mean, when I say I'd rather be shot in the arm. Cold just bothers me. But anyway, I'm feeling so good. Even a cold wouldn't bother me right now. Just to give you an idea.
That's a good feeling.
Woo! But Aaron, what did you see yesterday that you appreciated the most? And are we going to be all right in the playoffs? And can we get the Super Bowl and dominate?
I believe so. A couple of things. The calls, the refs. That's just getting ridiculous. And I've started. It's like it started more and more as the season progressed.
Yeah.
And like there was no what do you call it? We had no calls against what was it? New Orleans, that one too. And I was watching Bose. I mean, they had him in one play by the neck on a TD pass from what's his name from their QB. I can't even think of him right now because I don't give a crap.
The Saints quarterback.
Yeah, Breeze.
Breeze.
So on the pass, they had, and the commentators were like, they saw because that was the first shot, right? That the O line, and then as it came panned out towards the end zone.
When they came out and smoked us right
from the beginning. Towards the end zone, the commentators they even want to talk about it because it was like so blatant. It was just right there, and I was like, "Are you kidding me?" But anyway, that's irrelevant. I mean, you still got to win football games.
Aaron, you know what? What really worries me about that, because we've seen this enough now that I think it's a pattern forming here. The 49ers were overwhelming teams that are just blinding weight at the beginning of the season. Has the league suddenly allowed players to hold the 49ers? It's like the Shaquille O'Neal rule. Shaq was dominating so badly in the center position after a while that refs stopped calling it. They were beating Shaq all about the head and face and neck. They were just pounding him, and no whistle. They maybe want to even the playing field a little bit. Yeah, don't call holding every time.
I'm a Laker fan, so I remember.
You remember?
I remember those days, but
they were beating his brains out, and the refs weren't blowing the whistle. And I think that's what's going on with the 49ers now, because they're thinking we have to blow the whistle on every play if we're going to blow the whistle on people holding the 49ers. Well, that's got to stop.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, now I look at flags. I don't even expect them on the other team. That's just. I've got used to them, and I'm not saying like let's just disregard them as a football game and as a league game, as a professional league game. I'm just saying like, and this is me personally. Like I just put them in. I'm like whatever because I know they're gonna do them. That it's gonna fly out, and that's it. But my thing is the positiveness of this team and what it's become, the family it's become. And I mean, I'm not even watching the chat right now, but being in the chat and watching everybody just go off on Jimmy G when someone I'm like, dude, guys, I'm like,
oh yeah, he's not allowed in the States.
Go look at realistic stats. Okay, first year QB in a full season, right? Coming off an ACL.
Yes.
Tell me what of the QB that's an elite, that's considered an elite QB now, like Montana, Steve Young, Breeze, what's his name? Aaron Rodgers for part.
Tom Brady.
Brady. All these top QB. What other QB has gone out with an ACL or was it an ACL, MCL? I don't remember. Knee injury anyway. No. Our guy Jimmy.
Oh, Jimmy, yeah.
What was it? MCL or ACL? ACL. Yeah. What other quarterback goes out, comes back, and does anybody that realize that this guy is at like 4,000 yards? Minus like 20 yards.
I just realized he missed it by 20 yards this year. I didn't even realize. And we ran.
It was like 20 something yards, 22 yards, 28 yards, or something.
And we got to go, fam. But you're right. We ran the ball a lot in the beginning of the season too. Jimmy didn't have any. What if next year you're going to see a big difference? Fam, we got to go.
I think Kyle's holding back certain things real quick. I think Kyle's holding back certain things just for the playoffs. They don't want nobody to figure it out. And what showed me that? The Saints game. Anyway, you have a good night. Happy New Year, Ronbo.
Thanks, fam.
And I'll be in on the next one, hopefully.
Looking forward to it.
All right. You have a good one.
You too.
All right. Bye-bye.
Hey, Bill.
Ronbo, I got some updates.
On what?
I got some updates.
All right, go ahead.
And I was saving it for tonight. Garrett's fired.
Who?
The whole staff is fired.
Wait, who?
Jason Garrett's fired and the whole
they
staff
fired
is fired.
Jason?
They fired Jason Garrett and the whole staff. Next one out the door is Dak Prescott. They're doing talks here with Jimmy Tomsuba.
No. That's not a...
Yeah, they're about to eat that.
That's not an upgrade.
Yeah.
No, Tom Sula in
Oh,
Dallas?
I know.
Well, maybe
Yeah,
Jerry
they were
Jones likes to have a
talking-
guy he can
right now.
control.
He's a yes man.
Yeah, Jerry likes that kind of a guy. All right.
Yeah, that makes sense. He's a yes man. So goodbye Dallas. Goodbye Dallas. Bye bye Dallas. And for Norm, dude, quit crying. Dude, pay attention to your holding calls. Quit crying. Quit making videos of excuses. Why you lost the game and just hold that L. Hold the L, Norm. Hold it. Quit crying. Or we're going to have to send you some handkerchiefs in the mail. Some Kleenexes, to cry about.
Don't you love it? They're just an inferior team. They're not as good as the 49ers, and the potential, they're not. I mean, I don't know why there's even a conversation going on. If they were to win that game, it would have been extremely lucky. So, and it almost was.
And I don't see them beating the Eagles. I'm sorry, I don't see it happen. I'll see one more upset happening, and then they fall apart.
What are they going to do?
And
They're going to start
don't count out
rebuilding?
the Chiefs yet. Yeah. Don't count the Chiefs out. We're going to probably meet them in the bowl, which would be great.
No,
That's when the Mountain Curse are going to take effect.
Good call, Bill. If I was going to bet money on the Chiefs versus Lamar Jackson and his company, I would take the Chiefs. They got a little bit more. Lamar's just got Lamar and that running back. But the Chiefs, dude's got weapons all over the field. You're right. It could be Niners if we get there versus the Chiefs will be waiting because Brady and his company is done. Tom! The Dolphins! Really? God. So, yeah. I'm looking forward to
the
it.
Chiefs 1-2.
Everybody wants the Ravens, though.
AFC, Baltimore, Kansas City, and Baltimore, 49ers, and I'd say Vikings. Minnesota Miracle.
The Vikings are going nowhere. Next week is their last week of football, Bill. It's their last week of football. It could be them, and we'll see. Because you can't get away with Kirk Cousins. He can't do it. He's proven time, and he's psychologically, he knows he can't do it. That's why he's going to fail.
Well, they forget to tackle in the playoffs. The Saints do every time against the Vikings.
If they do that this week, Bill, I tell you what, I'm gonna have to. Oh man, would you bet on that game?
I'm not going to bet and take people's money because then they want to cry and make excuses. Well, you forgot to tackle. I don't want to do it. Have to fight somebody for money. I'm not going to do that anymore.
I got broke up a gambling a long time ago too, but it's tempting if they go into the dome and run part 2 of beating the Saints again. Oh my God!
I thought the game was in Minnesota.
Wait, no, it can't be. The Saints, the Vikings are a wild card. The Saints are a division winner. Listen, Bill, I got to tell you though, if the Saints do find a way to lose that game, Sean Payton will be in Dallas next year.
Sean Payton's not a yes man.
Yeah, but Jerry Jones will listen to him, I think. I think.
He wants another yes man on a rebuild.
Yeah.
That's what's going on. He wants to rebuild the whole team and have an excuse. So he's going to pick him up a lower yes man, a really, really bad coach, and say he was worth good, make an excuse why, hey, he did this, he did that. He probably pick one of our lower coaches we got rid of in San Francisco to tell us, hey, look what the 49ers did.
Bill, we got to go, though. Bill, we'll get back to this. We'll revisit this subject. I'm going to check into this. I can't wait to see. If you're right, I'm going to love it. But, Bill, have a good night.
Can I get a Niner shout out?
Can you what? Oh, of course you can.
Can I get a Niner shout out? My girl says hi, by the way. She's 18.
Hey, tell her I said hello. And Let me add a ooh la la.
And she's happy about what's happening to Dallas. She's enjoying it.
Oh, everybody
Go
loves
Niners.
that.
We're going to go all the way. And Norm, get over it, dude. You have a nice day.
Happy New Year to you.
I know
lady.
he's trolling your channel.
All right. Night, Bill.
Bye.
Oh, and Shleo.
What's up, Ronbo?
Shleo, you know, man, we're back in the saddle again, as Gene Archer would sing, I'm back in the saddle again. And we're getting ready to ride on into the playoffs. Shleo, when's the last time we could talk about going to the playoffs? We've been teased and talked bad about from Raider fans, Hawks fans, Cowboys fans, everybody that we can't stand, Rams fans. Rams fans is all up in here, Shleo. Where them clowns at now? Rams fans, you guys used to visit all the time. Raider fans, come on back in here. See, this is what I'm talking about, Shleo. What goes around comes around. I'm loving these moments. Yeah.
Callers have great points today. Every single one of them. I know you got a lot. I know you got a lot of callers. I'll make this short.
Right.
How about them cowgirls? How about them Seahawks?
I can feel that coming. You
them
got me yesterday on
Rams?
that.
And how about them
Raiders! Been all over us for the last 5 years, Shleo. Oh, I couldn't get away from Raider fans. Now we can't find one. Man, didn't beat one team over 500.
Max contract.
How many years did they sign Gruden for? 10 years?
Extended. But I'll let you go. Shout out to the Niner Empire, and thank you for the platform, Ronbo.
Shleo, great to hear from you too, fam. We'll get together later on in the week as we're going to have a whole lot of fun between now and our time.
Later. Thank you, Ronbo. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Shleo. Oh, God, I love that guy, man. Hey, Bethel.
Hey, Rumble.
Bethel, let me ask you this. How about them Cowboys? Okay, let's get serious. Bethel, hey, I'm looking at the 49ers, and the team, we got some guys missing, but Bethel, this team has developed fortitude. These guys have got guts. I don't care who the 49ers put out there. All our backups, our depth people. Look at Kevin Givens on the practice squad comes in. These guys are mentally just tough. This coaching staff is just brilliant. These guys are animals. Oh, you proud of your team?
Yeah, they are. Yeah. Hey, I'm always proud of my team. And then plus, one thing is I've seen that in the playoffs, the first playoff game, we're getting back D Ford and we're getting somebody. We're getting
Kowalski T.
some people back. Yeah.
Kowalski. You might get Quan Alexander. We got to get. Kyle says he's going to wait till the first round is over, but you got Quan. You got D. I don't know if we're going to get anybody back on offense. I think we got all our offense. Oh.
Yeah, this game kind of remind me the same thing as what happened with New Orleans, where the referees were helping the other team out, and we still end up doing something to win the game. And I've seen a lot of Seahawks fans is over there,
crying about that
PI.
But y'all ain't got no PI.
Yeah, PI. But they were holding throughout the whole game, and if you want some proof of that,
just go look at the game.
If you look at number 91, if you look at his jersey on the left side is ripped because how much times they were holding him. When do you see somebody have a ripped jersey? You don't ever see that unless
and
they're
he didn't tear it
holding.
himself.
Yeah.
And Bethel, how about watching our offensive linemen constantly with the offensive lineman's got our guy. You see our guy trying to get through. He's not doing anything fighting. He's trying to get through. They've got a chokehold on him. Chokehold's not even legal anywhere. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah.
He's bad. All ref. They don't call it. They don't call it.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of stuff that the referees were letting the Seahawks flight with, and and they let us. And plus, they didn't let us slide. If you see 89 grab our guy, our defense guy, and that's why our defense guy grabbed him. And who fouled? Our defense guy fouled because of what the other guy or what the offense guy did to our guy.
Yeah.
And then you see the defense guy, the offense guy, like kind of go back like if he was grabbing them hard, like, hey, this is not soccer where you try to act like if you're
right. I was gonna say acting.
It's like,
exactly, Bethel.
Yeah,
acting.
I'm all like, and that's what New York seen. New York seen that they were both grabbing each other, and the offense guy was doing a little bit more. That's why they didn't review that call, because they were both grabbing each other. When they're both grabbing each other, they'll let the play slide. They let the play go.
And that's why Pete Carroll didn't throw a flag, because he risked losing the call. And if the refs and those guys go look at the film, there is pass interference, but it's offensive. And see, Pete Carroll would have passed out. See, that's why he didn't throw that flag. He knows.
Then the thing I couldn't believe it was they were saying when Russell Wilson, his whole leg went past the line.
I know
and for a touchdown, and they didn't call it back.
That's all right. You know what?
That was kind of fishy, though.
And they lost. So that's what cheating does.
Yeah.
Bethel, we're out of time, though, Bethel.
Payback's a fun. No problem. Like always, you have a good show, Rumble. And let's be proud with 13-3.
Yes.
We got Jimmy G.
And yes.
Let's go.
All the way to the playoffs. Bethel, have a great night. And Happy New Year, Bethel.
And hit that like. And Happy New Year to you, Rumble.
Thanks, fam. Oh, God. That's why it's winning this game is even sweeter, just because that PI just means everything to the networks and all the Hawks fans. But if they look closely at that play, is it really a defensive PI? If you're going to be honest with yourself, and it's questionable as to who's at fault there. Hawks fans, even if you don't, we really don't give a damn. You're going to Philly. Fam, wait, what have I got here? Wait, hey, fam, go ahead. I tell you, I may be back I may be back later on, actually tonight, early in the morning or something crazy. Man, God, this feeling is such a wonderful feeling, and we get 2 weeks to enjoy it. We ain't even got to think about nothing between now and 2 weeks. When's the last time we didn't have to worry before next Sunday? I mean, I know you didn't worry, but I mean, when's the last time a little tension? Because before this Hawks game, they kept pumping the media, kept pumping it up. Marshawn, beast mode. So pretty soon, the hype was starting to work on me. I started thinking, and then the lies start coming out. Russell Wilson is claiming that Marshawn looks just like Marshawn Lynch. When really all that could have meant is he looks like exactly the guy that left us. Honestly, there was no way he could still look like Beast Mode of 2013. How many long years ago was that? And we're not talking about a guy who was 21 when he left. So we should have never bought into that. So when they start lying again, I'm going to remain calm. Maybe don't even listen, because your mind, it starts to spin. Your imagination goes wild. You start to believe the lies. Don't do it. It's not healthy. And besides, Quan Alexander's not a joke. Kyle actually confirmed that. We've got to get through the first round of the playoffs. If we do, Quan enters the picture. Kowalski T is going to be fine. He's coming back for sure. And D Ford. And if Kevin Givens is going to continue to cut up in the middle, I'm starting to have a lot of faith in him, and I had a lot of faith in him anyway in the preseason. So we got a rotation going. I needed somebody in there to take DJ Jones' spot, so you're not working those guys to death. It's all about the rotation, fam. These guys haven't fallen off as far as talent, but they do get tired in the fourth quarter, and they started getting a little tired yesterday until they pent their ears back in that final few minutes, and they let it go. And thanks to guys like Dre Greenlaw, he didn't make the defensive line do all the work. That guy, man, I tell you, we got ourselves a team, fam. Couldn't last for years. These are kids we're talking about. Guys are in their early 20s. They just got rookie contracts. And we're going to start looking like, wait for it, Dynasty is on its way. Okay, you know what? I don't want to get too wide. Wait, let's win a Super Bowl first, and then we start talking about building on it later. I didn't mean to scare you. Did I wake up the baby? Okay, call the dog back. I know he's scared. Okay. Bam! Production's even mad at me, too. I'll see you a little later on. Niners! Ooh la la.